Hello, hello, what's up? How is everybody doing? Welcome to RossonARI TV. Milan finally wins a derby. It's been 6 games now, L after L. The last L was crazy, but Milan finally gets it done. 3 points. A lot to discuss today. Scudetto, interesting Scudetto day with Napoli and Juventus getting the tie. Milan getting the win. So lots to talk about. What's up, Nathan? How you doing, bro?
How's it going? Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear perfect. Yeah, what's up? So, what did you think of the game? What are your thoughts? And yeah, go ahead.
Um, it was an exciting game to watch for the neutral. Um, the 4-4-2 actually worked. I didn't think it was going to work as well as it did, but I think everyone put in a really good shift, with the exception of a few players who were just out of it, to be honest. But man, it feels good to win a derby for once again, and it took a true Milan product to get the job done.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Gabbia. So, Gabbia gets his goal. Gabbia redemption. He gets a lot of hate. Gabbia gets a lot of hate, but you called it from day one. Gabbia, you think is the best defender there, and it
Yeah,
looks like he is. To be honest with you, it just looks like he is. I mean, today scoring that goal was a big goal for him. Like I
and
mean
he's
he.
always a threat. Like even when he came in the Liverpool game, he won all his headers. He was winning them in the offensive third as well too. And it's just like you know, it took Fonseca a while. Hopefully, he now understands that Gabi is 100% our best center back. And it really doesn't matter who he plays with. He just has to start.
Hey,
Um,
listen, they're saying my voice has issues. I'm going to go back in and out, and
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
just I'll be right back.
Well, Milanisti, this was a good win for us. And, there are good wins and there are bad wins, and this was a very good win for sure. Yeah, Rafiq, 100% Gavi is our leader of defense. And interesting, Joel, Reindeers got man of the match. Even I was really surprised by that, to be honest. But he did have a good game, but Gabbia, I think, should have got it. And honestly, we could have had a lot more goals. I think if there's a little bit more unselfishness, we probably could have had another one for sure. Leao either should have had a goal or an assist. Pulisic was wide open. He could have had two. But overall, just a few more things. If we stick with the 4-4-2,
Check
just
check
a
one
few more
two.
things.
How's the sound, guys? Let me know if the sound is better. Let me know if the
Yeah, that's
sound is
better.
better.
That's better.
Oh, okay, okay, great. All right, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, I was just interacting with the chat a little bit.
All
Yeah,
right.
Okafor's miss was just when Okafor came in,
Yeah, but I
he
thought
was
Chukwueze should have
awful.
either passed it first or gone all the way. But he
I,
gave it right in a moment that was insecure. I think I don't.
he
You know what? I'm gonna blame a little bit Chukwueze more for that play than
the reason why I won't blame him was the fact that his pass was a good pass and it wasn't placed behind Okafor. Like Okafor could have either
yeah.
let that ball run across him and gone with his left, or take it first time with his right foot like he did. So the pass was weighted perfectly.
Yeah,
Um,
I thought the timing kind of gave it off, but
I
whatever.
mean, but you still got to hit the goal though. Like Okafor's got to.
Mm.
Like I don't mind when players get blocked. Obviously, I would prefer them to score, but you got to make the goalkeeper work, and he missed the whole goal. So that's unacceptable.
I mean, he had enough time to actually touch it, control it, and even
Yeah,
shoot it. Because if it was, but anyway,
but
I mean, it
that's
doesn't
what happens
matter.
when you don't play as often as well too. Like that type of rust will get to you.
Yeah. I want to talk about, guys. We're going to open the live soon, but I want to talk about that. I mean, I don't. It's not a 4-2-4. It's a 4-2. Sorry, it's not a 4-4-2. It's more like a 4-2-4. And so tonight, I guess it worked. It worked tonight against Liverpool. It did not work at all. I know with Liverpool we had the extra midfielder that was in on that top line. Tonight you had Morata and Abraham, who are two guys that do have in their system. They do like to play hard. Um, so it worked tonight. Do you think it can work in the long run? That's a big question.
It I have my reserves about the 4-4-2. Um, they played 4-4-2. Or like you said, it really was like a 4-2-4. But the formation was like the way that they played was good. The only problem is Leao. Leao has to understand how to sacrifice himself for the team. And the way Inter scored, they just waltzed up his side of the field. Leao lost the ball. He wasn't. I can't remember what Leao did, but he doesn't run back. Like if they're countering us and you are just walking back, it creates problems. Your whole defensive shape gets destroyed. And Barella had all day to pick out a perfect pass to the other side of the field. Like Leao has to work hard. Like he just doesn't work hard. That's all there is to it. So if you're gonna do this system, I mean, you might have to sacrifice Leao for a person who works hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's just how it is. Like
The,
Pulisic, you realize when Pulisic scored, remember Pulisic was our right winger. When Pulisic scored, he took the ball off the person on the left side where Leao is. Why isn't Leao putting the pressure on that person? Why is our right winger on the other side of the field doing the work that Leao is supposed to be doing?
yeah,
Like,
we'll see if it works against the smaller teams. That's what we got to see. If it works
right?
against the smaller teams, he could continue to do this 4-2-4, which means he is essentially sacrificing one of the midfielders. Um, let's see. Also, because tonight there was a lot of footage of the 4-2-4. And the 4-2-4 in general is a formation that leaves you a lot of space. It's a very
Yeah,
dangerous formation.
and
So,
that's why I said the only way it works is if Leao understands that this is a team game. Pulisic, the announcers were saying it all game. Pulisic is running up and down, left and right, and Leao looks like he can barely be bothered unless the ball's given to him on the attack.
yeah.
The formation will not work unless everyone is working hard.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
everybody
you
has
get
to do
you
their job.
every unless
Uh,
you're going to get jacked up.
Everybody
Otherwise,
has to do their job because at the end of the day, you're going to leave two players open. All right,
exactly.
Laird is here. How you doing, brah? What's up, man?
Man, I'm really good. I'm really happy for the win. Yeah, Leao played like shit today. Honestly, unwatchable. At least the first half. The second half, we saw something at least. He created some danger. Uh, I agree with Nathan. I'm not a big fan of the 4-4-2. At least this type of 4-4-2 with the players we have. We cannot. It's not sustainable. I think we won today because the not the formation, because the player. I think the players won the game today. I think the coach picked the wrong formation. It's just the players really wanted to win this game. They were really focused. They gave everything. Um, uh, they won it. I'm so happy that Gabbia, the Milanista, scored the winning goal. That shows again the things we say that you need that core,
Yep.
that Milan core, the players that love this shirt, that love, they understand what it means to play for Milan. And of course, you don't need to be born and raised in Milan. I think Theo Hernandez is one of those players. I think Mike Maignan as well, but Gabbia more than anyone else. And I think Tonali was one of those players. That's why I was not happy when we sold him. I really think Tonali should have been stayed at Milan because you need
Agreed.
these type of players that care about the jersey. Maybe skills wise, they will not look as fancy or as good, but the amount of love they have for the team will make them perform a bit better than anyone else in the same position. But happy that Gabbia scored. I saw his interview. He dedicated the goal to Andon and Floki. It's a
I need to.
they always believed in him. So
Can I reply to Raul because he asked me about Gabbia?
yeah,
Yeah, go
go
ahead.
for it.
Yeah, he asked, "Why do you rate Gabbia so highly?" And rightfully so. Uh, Simply because when you watch players and you, especially defenders, everything is about. It's the one position where ball skill and fancy moves don't matter. Center back, it's about your defensive IQ, your defensive awareness, your positioning. Like, how do you read the game? And that side of the game is really underappreciated a lot. So when I watch Gabbia play, I can see he understands positioning. He understands spatial awareness. He understands the space between himself and the defenders, or himself and the ball. And then he understands. Every time he plays, he doesn't complain. If he doesn't get the game time, he doesn't complain. He doesn't, pout or anything. Every time he plays, he gives 100%. And whenever he's given the chance to play more than 5 minutes, he's usually our best defender. And he's proven it over and over and over again. So, I mean, I have no reason to not back him. I said last year, Gabbia was our best center back, and he was probably one of the best center backs in Italy. The only ones being better were the Inter center backs. Everyone else was second place to Gabbia, and I will maintain that all the time.
Okay,
Yeah,
guys, listen. Before I open up the lines, I have the big question elephant in the room. All right, I want to ask you guys, but I want to also ask the guys when they come in, and I want to know what the chat thinks because, oddly enough, in this period of Milan, this is actually a question. So obviously, winning the derby feels good. There's no doubt about that. Winning the derby is important. It's important for the team. It's important for the atmosphere, especially after you lose 6 in a row. It was important to win the derby. But the elephant in the room remains Fonseca. Does he stay or does he go? Because winning this derby has probably given him, more time to stay. And I think it'll be weird if they fire him after the derby. So what do you guys think? Was it better to lose the derby and fire Fonseca right away for the long term, or is it better to win the derby right now and just deal with what comes? What do you guys think?
There, you want to go first?
yeah, I can go first. I really think, as I say again, this game was won by the players. I don't think Fonseca did anything exceptional. The only good thing he did that he played Abraham and how's he called? Um, oh my God, Morata together because they were really in form. They were really in a good shape. They were fighting and running a lot and being useful for the team. And he left Ruben Loftus-Cheek in the bench, but he didn't do anything special. Actually, as Nathan says, our wings they don't come back, so that could have been really dangerous in an Inter against an Inter that is really good. This Inter underestimated us; they were not 100%. You couldn't see that. So we got lucky on that aspect. Now, I don't blame Fonseca for all the problems we have as a club, but I don't think it's good enough for us to achieve the results that we need to achieve. So I will still change the coach. I had to change him after a derby win, but I think sooner or later we have to change him and bring someone with more experience or a better coach tactically. And I want to coach that plays three at the back because honestly, Gabbia, Pavlovic, Tomori together can be a serious weapon. They can be like unbelievable defensively together, steal that defense in front of Mike Magnan, and actually score goals like we saw today from Gabbia. and be that ugly team that wins games being solid. So I want a coach that understands that. I think Fonseca does not understand that yet.
Okay. What about you, Nathan?
Yeah, I completely agree with Larry. Even though this was a good game, Fonseca deserves some credit for this for sure. Even though I think it was more so the players, uh, he has to go. Um, I think we do need to go to a back three as well, and I don't want to be in a situation where Fonseca has to keep doing panic decisions in order to get games over the line. So I think he has to go.
Okay. So the two coaches that are being spoken about right now heavily is Sarri and Allegri. And I think both of these coaches are miles ahead of Fonseca. If you guys had the chance, would you get one of these to win right away? Yes
Yeah,
or no?
yeah,
Yeah, of course. I mean, I will definitely get one or the other. Um, I can see Sarri doing some good stuff, but I can see Sarri maybe being too offensive because we have offensive players. So you can get in that trap that, okay, I want to play all the offensive players, or at least play a formation, a style of football that can use this offensive player the best. And that can be a danger because our offensive players are good, but not like game changer. That like they're not a crazy good, all of them. Apart from I guess Leao can be a game changer. The other ones can have good games or bad games. Um, so I would prefer a more defensive coach, but either both of them are smart enough to understand what is the best they can do with with this group of players.
Yeah, and I'll say this last and then we'll open it up. Look, I would like to see Sarri or Allegri in the squad immediately. I think that would be great. Um, it's hard to say, the result tonight. If you would have lost tonight, the coach would have been fired. But you win tonight, you feel good, you beat Inter, but now the coach is staying. If there was a perfect world where which we could replace him right away with Sarri or Allegri, for me that would be the ideal thing for the long run. But at the same time, it's a cruel world. It's a cruel world we live in.
yeah,
Fonseca probably feels like he got the win. He deserves the time.
yeah. I think because of how negative it was after the Liverpool game and the fact that they literally had coaches at the Liverpool game watching to see what they would do better. Essentially, um, that really tells me that his time is up. Even though we got the win, they were just doing too much coach scouting afterwards for him to not be replaced at this moment.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Okay, so what about players, guys? Any aside Gabbia, any players that stood out in your guys' opinion?
Rangers had a good game.
Yeah, he had a good game. I like the fact that he released the ball quicker than usual.
Yeah,
At least when he was in the midfield, still keeping the ball too much when he gets close to the box. But that can be improved in his game. But I was complaining when he was keeping the ball too much in front of the defense. And this game today, he just released the ball quick, so the ball was moving quick, and we had some really good quick transitions. So probably someone told him to be quicker on that part of the pitch on releasing the ball.
Nice, nice. What about Fofana, guys? Fofana to me today struggled a lot. I'm not super convinced about Fofana. Um, he seems to not be the technician I thought he was going to be. What was your guys' impression of Fofana?
um, he did struggle. I think he. I'm glad he was able to compose himself a bit more after he got the yellow card, and maybe that's what his instruction needs to be. Like, just dial it back just a little bit, dial it back and focus. Because in the second half, he was a bit better in the second half compared to the first half. He was kind of late in making dumb decisions, but I mean, he's not a real ball winner. So it's like you can't be too mad at him for not being good at something he's not known to be good for, if that makes sense.
What about Emerson Royale, guys? Any opinions on Emerson Royale's performance?
Um,
Oh, go ahead.
6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. Decent defensively, apart that massive mistake on the goal. But during the game, he was decent and nothing exceptional going forward. So a 6 out of 10. It could have been a 5 out of 10 if we will do a 1-1 result, because the goal, he had a big mistake on big mistake, wrong positioning. You can do those mistakes. It's not like crazy.
Abdi, what's up, man? I'm pretty sure you're pretty happy. Come on, Abdi, tell us. Come on, let's go. Get it out. Get it out of your system.
I said we should keep Fonseca. Let the guy integrate his system. Tonight we saw a perfect game plan, and I said it against Inter Milan. You have to play as an underdog. Whenever you face them, you have to sit back, be compact, and hit them on the counter. That's what we did. Give the guy his credit. I know you guys are going to say, "Oh well, the season is long." I don't care. Fonseca today showed why he should be the manager. Me personally. And it's not me getting carried away. I think he's all right for the job. Better than Pioli, at least. And bear in mind, he doesn't have Maldini.
You said better than Pioli?
Yes, because Pioli had Maldini and that behind him. So how's that fair?
Wow. But what if the next game they don't win or they lose the next game? I mean,
I think we've stepped upon a new formation. I think that 4-4-2 or 4-2-4 was amazing, because it put stress on Inter's back three. So but against these smaller teams, it will be a bit different. It will come down to us to create chances. But less of that. I want to talk about today's game and the way we put a clinic on these cunts.
A clinic? Go ahead, tell us why you think it was a clinic.
Okay, not necessarily a clinic, but I think we should have won by much more, if we're being honest. I think our build-up was not great. If we're being dead honest with ourselves, there were times when we were giving the ball away in sloppy positions and Inter were bouncing the ball around. Yes, but what we did different is we stayed compact and we didn't play with them. When we had Pioli, what he kept doing was he kept saying to these players that we are as good as Inter and we are going to play on the same foot as them. And he paid the consequences, and he saw. But I think Fonseca today, he might have told the players, listen, look, they are much better than us in the midfield, and they will eat us if we play one-on-one. So therefore, sit back, stay compact, and wait for them to make mistakes. And it happened. You saw today, Lautaro Martinez and Thuram, they were making a lot of mistakes, and we were pouncing on them. And how good was Rangers? Did I not say that he's our best player? And Pulisic as well. And Pulisic. Everyone says Pulisic, in the big games, he doesn't show up. Well, he showed up today. And he worked his socks off. Give the guy credit, man.
Look, I'll be honest with you. This is not the game that is going to really change the tide for me. Like, I'm definitely not. I mean, listen, I'm not saying you're getting carried away. You have every right to feel the way you feel. For me, this game does not really tell me much has changed, but I'm happy that Milan won. I'm happy that Milan won the derby. Because, I mean...
Why do you say that?
I'm expecting Milan to win games. I'm expecting Milan to... If you're going to finish in the top four, you're going to be winning games. So I'm expecting Milan to win games. But at the end... What do we want from Milan? Do we want Milan to be a title contender? Do we want Milan to be one of the best teams in Europe?
Of course.
So when it comes to that, are we going towards that direction? I don't know. Let's see. The 4-2-4 that he played tonight, it worked against Inter. I want to see if it holds against other teams. It was really bad against Liverpool. I want to see if it holds well against other teams. So we'll have to find out.
Yeah, but for me, if any game was going to be the pivotal point for us, it would be this game. It's a derby.
No, it's not. Because the derby is like a game that you can win and still have a shit season. It means nothing, because players give a bit more in the derby, and I don't think and it's the first derby of the season, so it does not really define anything.
What? No. You guys are being too negative. You're taking credit
I'm
away
not.
from the performance today.
No.
No, I don't want to do that. I want to try and maintain as much positivity. I think it's good. Milan won. I'm happy. You're
It's
happy.
not.
People should be.
Sorry, but who says we're taking the credit away from the performance? That was an amazing performance. I'm telling you. I'm the first one to tell
Yes.
you. I'm telling you that having an amazing performance does not mean that you're gonna be like this the entire season.
No,
And
it doesn't mean
and
that.
by the way, I was one of them in this live that I told everyone we have a chance to win because Inter is gonna underestimate us. We need to win because we've been shit in the last few weeks, so we cannot play like shit. So there is a chance that we get the results, and that would happen. That I've told you that before. So I knew
But-
this is going to be the game, and I'm telling you that maybe next game we draw 1-1 because we're gonna go back at the level we were a week ago.
Okay. But
I
I
can tell you
recall
that.
everyone here. I recall everyone here being negative. Not a single person gave us a chance. And I'm not gonna lie. Neither did I.
Rightly so. But Inter is gonna play against Inter is going to play against I don't know whatever team. Let's say against Torino. I'll give Torino zero chance, but there is a chance that Torino can win against Inter. Like there is a chance Parma can beat Milan. That does not mean that Parma is better than Milan and will have a better season than Milan. So it's the same logic here. We beat Inter. It doesn't mean we're gonna have a better season than Inter.
Yo, guys. Hey, listen, let me get, we got Zizi, we got Carmelo in here, and then yeah, we'll continue the conversation, but let me get these guys in first, and then we'll continue the conversation.
Yeah.
Zizi, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? I just want to, we're all happy. This is great. I actually think that Fonseca did things different tactically that I think he should get credit for. I'm just going to be honest. I think it was pretty impressive what he did. Using two strikers, using Morata to kind of, it actually messed up with their build-up play. There was a lot of great effort. There's just a lot of great things that I saw. So
guys, hold on. Sorry, Zizi. Guys, who is drinking and eating? Can you please mute yourself? All right, thank you. All right, go ahead, Zizi.
Oh, sure. I think, there's a lot of great things that happened today. I have to say that.
Zizi, sorry, Zizi. Sorry, one more time. Sorry, my bad. Kawar, I know you're trying to get in. It's showing me device not connected. So try in again. But that's what's happening. Your device is not connecting. Sorry, Zizi. Go ahead.
No problem. I usually have a lot to say. I think in terms of the future, we have to see, it's great that we won the derby. I'm so happy. I don't want to talk about long-term stuff because if Fonseca turns out to be this was really impressive from Fonseca. Those who, I don't know if anybody has heard me from before. I obsess about tactics. I think tactics is the biggest problem with this team. I've said that this squad is strong, but it's tactically poor, missing some players. But if Fonseca does, you can't use what he did today against other teams, but he did it against Inter, and it was great. It was honestly, I was really impressed with what Fonseca did. But we're gonna have to see what happens when it comes to Lecce's, when it comes to other teams that aren't built like Inter are built. So I'm just really happy. I think that this was a really good game. The scoreline actually flattered Inter. I think Mike was huge today. There was a lot of good stuff to see. I want this team to succeed. I don't like Jerry. I don't like the management team. I don't like Fonseca that much at all, actually. I want us to succeed, and if they do, I'll be the happiest man alive. One game is great. I want to enjoy today. If we're gonna talk about other stuff, cool. But I don't think this is we shouldn't have, each game shouldn't be a referendum on that, because we've had 6 games. And if Fonseca needs more time, sure, but you don't get more time at a team the size of Milan. You just don't. So hopefully he turns it around. I think everybody wants that. So I'm happy today. That's all I have to say.
All right. Carmelo, what's up, my man? How you doing, bro? What have you got to say?
I'm doing good. Sorry, I just want to say sorry. I was me burping earlier on. I just didn't realize I was on. But anyway, yeah, obviously winning in a derby is always good. But again, from my point of view, these choices by Fonseca, which paid off, obviously, but it was like more of desperation kind of thing, of last resort kind of thing, because he had to come up with something different, you know. But fair play to him, he worked out, and that's what it matters, And besides, like I was saying earlier in the chat, it can't always rain, and the sun has to come out sooner or later anyway. Derbies in a row, losing six in a row, that's a bit too much. So it was like it would be happening anyway that we win the derby. But we win good. We won the derby good, and that's all it matters. Now, my worries are, as someone was saying before, um, going forward. Is this the start of the beginning of something new, or is just an event, by itself? It was just tonight. Now
It
Lecce
can't be
has.
an event.
You don't know that. You don't know that. We have to see. Now Lecce is the next game, and that's the kind of game we struggle the most. And we just have to wait and see how it goes. But as for tonight games, I don't know. To be honest with you, I liked more. Well, obviously, Gabbia for me was the best, and Magnan saved us, kept us alive with a major like save on Turam and everything. And I really appreciate the commitment and the attitude of Abraham. I mean, he has been with us only a few weeks, but he's shown more commitment than everybody else, you know. And yeah, it was a good win. Obviously, I'm happy with it, but I don't know. I don't. To be honest with you, probably someone might said this before, but probably they would kept Fonseca even if we lost, because that's what I think. But anyway, we'll see how it goes now going forward. And I don't know if it's going to be again 4-4-2 or whatever might be, but we just have to wait and see. We just have to wait and see. But the main question is about us, about all of us. What do we want from this team? Because if we do want like qualification in the Champions League spot, well, that's good enough. But if we want to compete to win Scudetto and trophies, that's a different story. We just have to settle for whatever it is. And I'm not settled. I'm not settled for just Champions League qualification. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes going forward in the next few games.
All right, nice. Antonio, what about you, my man? What did you think about the game? What you got to say?
Yeah, so actually, here's the thing. I watched the after we scored, I missed our first goal because I've been super busy, and I went down to watch, and then when I was watching, Inter was dominating at the end of the first half. So then, for superstitious reasons, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop because I've all the last derbies that I've watched, uh, we've gotten just absolutely murdered, and I don't want to see this anymore. Didn't watch the second half, and we won the game. So I watched all the highlights and I listened to the opinion of my family members. But here's the thing. Again, not going to make generalizations like everyone is saying because this is just one game. Um, I think Fonseca, either if you're a competent or if you are a coach at any level or at the professional level like he's been, I mean, we can't be expecting him to lose every single game. Like the first few games of the season were just horribly bad. But like realistically, he's supposed to eventually get some results. So we're supposed to finish within a reasonable position, right? We have with our players in the league, so he's supposed to have better expectations. Today he actually didn't completely misread the game, which was good, and it ended up actually working out in our favor. And I thought that we were more solid. And like someone said, the energy was really good. Like Abraham, I even though listen, I love Abraham. I don't know how good he'll be in terms of a goal scorer, but I think he fits well in the team. So overall, um, I'm happy with the result. Thank goodness we're not getting embarrassed again in the derby. It's like finally we can actually not get made fun of. which is good. But again, I have no feelings about the future. Part of me wishes that he would have gotten fired, but that was because I was scared that we'd see every single game like the first games of the season. So, but at least now he showed that he got a result. I hope that he can build on this result, but we'll see. I'm still really nervous about the Champions League because we have Leverkusen away, and then also we have a Real Madrid game. So I think that's also away. So big games, but the rest of the games we should be able to win. So we'll see. But overall, I mean, like, good result, but not like super excited. But we'll see.
All right. All right, so we got a question from the chat here. Ask everyone who their MVP for this match. For me, it has to be Gabbia, despite the goal. I thought defensively he was very good. He did have some parts, but whatever. Overall, defensively he was very good. I'll give it to Gabbia. Nathan?
You should already know my opinion. It's definitely Gabbia. In Inter's first goal, I thought him and Pulisic were part of the blame until I saw one of the replays, and so I took all that and put that on Emerson. Gabbia had a perfect game, an absolute perfect game today.
All right. Laird?
Oh yeah, Gabbia. For me, Gabbia is the best player in the pitch. I mean, as I said, Rangers played really well as well. Tammy and Morata did a great job. Pulisic had a good game, considering he's not that impactful on big games. But Gabbia just was, from minute one until the last minute, he was the best player. And we know how hard it is as a center defender to play against Inter, against two strikers. And I'm going to be honest, Tomori as well was good. Was a good partner for Gabbia. Gabbia was one step better than Tomori.
Yeah, oddly enough, Gabbia wasn't even mentioned in the top 5, but Reindeers won man of the match officially in the game. Carmelo, who did you think? I mean, I think you already said it was Gabbia, right? For you?
Right, I have to go for Gabbia as well. To be honest with you, I would never thought Gabbia would become this player that he is now. I don't know what happened when he was in Spain, but whatever that was, he walked out, And he should be, in my opinion, he should be playing. He should be in the start 11 every game, And after Gabbia, that's like you said, Roy. Despite the goal, the whole match was top notch to me. Was the positioning and the reading of the game was perfect. And after him, I pick Abraham. I don't care if this guy scores 7 goals, 5 goals, 3 goals, whatever. But so far, the commitment is been shown to the cause of AC Milan. I really, really like that, and I really, really appreciate it. He really, really cares. It seems like he really cares for the cause, and then because of that reason, I pick him after Gabbia.
All right. Yeah. What about you, Zizi?
I have to go with everybody. I think Gabbia really did earn it. I mean, I think the whole team. I mean, the fact that they recovered from the goal, like Emerson Royale, he played well in the second half. I don't like him at all, but he played well in the second half. I also agree. I think Tomori. I think Fofana, he in the first half, he also does it. He gives the ball away, but I think he was covering a lot of ground. He played really smart after the yellow, but it has to be Gabbia. I mean, he really. I think the goal was more on Emerson than on Gabbia, to be honest. But the team played well. But Gabbia, for that winner, it has to be him. I think so.
Z,
and I think he played well.
Z, you're not in the group chat, are you?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. I sent a video. I don't know if you want me to send it to you at some point, but it shows Gabbia and Pulisic actually forcing Lautaro to the outside, and Emerson literally just being Emerson left DeMarco by himself.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Emerson Royale really, but other than that, like I think Emerson, I don't like Emerson, but he played well. If he plays like that week in, week out, like without the mistake, he's an upgrade. But I mean, that's the question with Emerson, isn't it?
All right, Abdi, player of the match.
For me, Pulisic, it has to be Pulisic because he scored the goal, and the goal was fabulous. He ran through
Gabbia scored a goal
that
as
whole.
well.
So did Gabbia.
Yes, but no, for me, Pulisic's goal was amazing. For him to nick it off, make a run through that midfield, and throughout the whole game he was brilliant. And
Oh,
considering as well,
stop
you're
with
saying,
American
no, no, no,
agenda
no, no,
now.
no, 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 no. I'm not even American, but I love Pulisic. But every
I know,
time he plays
I'm
in a big
joking,
game,
man.
everyone
I'm joking.
everyone loves to criticize Pulisic in a big game or this and that. But today and against Liverpool, he showed why he's the MVP for our club. He's better than Leao. For me, he's the
Why are
best
you
player
putting the Liverpool
in the
game,
NRC.
man? Why are you putting the
No, no, no,
Liverpool
because
game?
he was good in the Liverpool game. He was one of the only few
Yeah,
players
but
that was good against Liverpool.
we are voting the man
Yeah,
of the
Gabbia
match of
was
the
good.
day.
Gabbia was good. Yes, he was good. But Pulisic for me was better. No, no, no. You guys, Pulisic for me was fabulous today. His energy, his work rate, everything about him today was perfecto. Gabbia was good as well. But for me, Pulisic.
Anyway, you are the right to think whatever you like.
It
Um,
just can't Gabbia. Gabbia, he was good today. But Pulisic, considering everyone likes to slander him in big games, he has showed up.
so you
Okay.
think he did a better performance than the other guys? All right, all right.
Yep.
Okay, what about Leao? So I know Nathan Laird and I kind of spoke a little bit about him. What about Leao? We'll start open discussion here.
I can go last since I spoke about it already before.
Yeah. Zizi, what do you think about Leao's
Sure.
performance?
I mean, I think in the first half wasn't great. I can imagine everyone's shitting on him in the first half. I can just imagine. I don't think, but I think in the second half, yeah, he missed some chances. I don't think his shot was as easy. He had that one where he like killed a bird and hit a plane on a satellite. But I think in the second half, I think we saw a good layout. I think I don't know. I've seen a lot of people talk about his body language. I don't really care. I think that's ridiculous. He got subbed off. He pouted. Every big players don't want to be subbed off when they think that they can be the winner. I don't think that's a big issue. He was celebrating a lot after and he was celebrating with the curva. Like I don't really care. I think I think the issue is you need to give him the ball. And I think that when he did drop deep to get the ball, like Del Piero said after Liverpool, there was just three players on him at all times. And so he just played smart. He didn't try and dribble through. I think he was smarter. And I think that that was good. The second giving him the ball and being able to do something, it's something that he can do. You just need to give him the ball, which is not unique to him, but any other winger. I don't think Leao is the problem. I just don't. I think that I think it's a question of if you don't get the ball to your best player, he's not going to look good. And I just make the comparison to Vinicius or any other winger. I mean, teams structure their play so that they can get the ball and they can isolate their wingers one on one, and other teams won't allow us to do that. They know that. And I think Pulisic, and he's admitted it himself, that people asked him last year, or at the end of the season, last season, they were like, "Oh, well, Pulisic, why he had such a great season?" And he's like, consistently. And he also gave a lot of credit to Leao. He's like, Leao takes a lot of attention away from me, and I think that's important. So I don't think Leao is the problem. I think he's going to get most of the focus. But I mean, if Leao missed the chances that Okafor missed today, people would murder him. But I don't think Leao had the game opened up when Leao came off. As Inter was going for a winner and trying to actually score instead of just kind of doing that Inter thing where they sit back and try and create chances. And try and kind of shithouse their way to things. But they do shithouse in a very smart way. I'll give them that. But I don't think Leao's the problem. I don't think so. I think Leao's awesome. I think he gets more shit than he deserves. And I rate him very highly, and I'll die on that hill. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, for me, it was the usual Leao performance. I mean, I think that he is underachieving right now. He's been underachieving since the beginning of the season, even though he does have some goal contributions. I think he should be doing better. I think he's just late. He usually is a little bit late. He usually starts to gain in fitness. Man, usually next year he usually starts to gain fitness, like serious fitness, in February, March. But he
I think a
always
lot of the
starts late.
Euros guys, they take a little when you have a summer tournament, I think it takes them a while. Like Reinders, this is like Reinders actually looks like it took I think a little bit of time for these. I'm sorry to interrupt. I just think they take time to kind of just to go off what you said.
I know. I think if I can, I think Leao. We can talk about Leao over and over and over, but Leao is this thing, and he always will be. You know. But again, again, if we play like compact and you know, tight lines, no space between the lines, sit back, and then in that case, Leao, you know, you can use his skills that way. But if we have to play like Fonseca kept saying over the last few days, dominant game, right? First of all, we can't play that game because we don't have the players to do so. Second of all, Leao struggles when the opponents sit back there and there's too many men to be dribbling and all that. Leao is good when he has space in front of him, and that's why I say they would sit back and and give Leao the chance to do what he does best. But again, I still don't. I don't know. Still gives me the impression he can be bothered. More often than not in the game, he can be bothered. He has that kind of attitude. You know what I mean? And it's a pity because he could do way more than he has been done so far. You know, and he has been very poor from the start of the season. But again, we'll see. Like I don't know who said that. Roy, did you say that about it's only the start? He might get on with the games and all that. But in my opinion, like I said, look, Leao is this thing, and he always will be. He will never make that step forward to become something else. That's what I think. But again, if we play the way I said it, he can have more chances. But he has to be really a killer in front of goal because he misses so many chances. Every time he shoots on goal, it's like I don't know what the fuck is that.
Yeah, his shooting is really questionable, man. Like again, shooting.
Very, really poorly shooting on goal is very poor from him.
It's strange. It
Very
should be
poor.
much better. It should be much better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
I think. Can I
oh,
ask
go
a
ahead.
question? I'm sorry. I don't know if it's just for later. I want to ask people what they thought about Summer when he puts his studs into Tammy Abraham. That's something
That's
that I
not a
want to
foul.
talk.
That's not a foul.
Really, I think that's a foul, man. I
It's
think that's.
if you go to clear the ball, when you kick a ball, you
Mhm.
cannot get power if you stop your foot the second you make contact with the ball. If
But
there's
you
no
shouldn't.
follow through, the ball doesn't move anywhere. So
Studs
No,
up
he
no,
though.
cleared the ball. He cleared
Studs
the
up.
ball first.
yeah,
He
you
cleared the
clear the
ball
ball first.
first.
It's not a
You,
foul.
but
Like
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
can in the middle of the field. I think that's a foul. I think that'd be a foul in the middle of the
even
field when you go
even
studs
then,
up on somebody. When you go
it's
studs
not
up on
studs
somebody.
up. It's not studs up.
So
You
how
have
did
to
his
clear
studs
the
get on?
ball.
And how did his studs get on Tammy
If you
Abraham?
kick a
After
soccer ball,
hitting
when
the
you kick
I
a
ball,
do kick
soccer
a
after hitting
ball.
the
ball,
ball.
yes, and what is position of your foot at the max height after you clear it? Is it on the ground or is it in the air?
Why are you? What?
Is
No,
it on the ground or is it in the air?
it depends on how you kick it.
Well, if you kick it, the foot goes up,
When
doesn't stay on the
exactly,
ground.
exactly, especially when you're clearing the ball,
Yeah.
Yeah,
especially
but
when
what
you clear the
happened?
ball.
What happened after is consequential. He cleared the ball
Yeah.
clearly,
Yeah,
clearly.
Especially the way he clears the ball. Of course, his foot is gonna go a bit higher. That's
Yeah,
why
exactly. Yeah.
Tommy is risking it because he can get a hurt, but he cannot stay with the studs lower. In the middle of the pitch, that would not be a foul anyway because he
Yeah.
goes to the ball first.
Yeah.
You can
What
argue
happened?
a
What
bit
happened
around.
after is consequential. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
I don't know.
And
simple as
even if
that.
it's a foul in the middle of the pitch, the middle of the pitch is different level of tolerance from the box.
Okay.
We should
I
have
mean,
different tolerance
I
there.
thought that they got away with that, but
and
that's fine.
I would like to talk about Leao again as well too, real
Sure,
quick.
let's talk about Leao. That's
No,
fine.
before I just want to say something. If Mike Mayan does something like this and we get a penalty against, I'll be furious. I'll be just
Yeah.
not.
I think if it
It's
was us, I
madness.
think it would have been a
No,
penalty. I think if we did
absolutely.
it,
And it would
I
be
think the
wrong.
way
And
that
it would
Inter
be wrong.
gets. No, I'm
It
not
would be
saying that.
wrong.
But how many times did Inter Inter gets away with that kind of stuff all
Marotta
the time?
League.
In
No,
Marotta
but
League, you know.
But we're talking about this episode. If it goes against us, I'll be furious because it's not a penalty. That's it. I would not like it if I get a penalty against like this.
But it
It's
can
not a
never be
penalty.
a penalty. Come on, it can never be one.
That's
Okay.
what I'm saying.
I don't
It's a
like
different game.
players. I don't think when they're follow through and they put their stud up, I think they know what they're doing. And I mean,
Not
not only did he clear the ball, but it was a slide tackle clear. So
Yeah,
your studs are going to
exactly.
be up regardless.
when you slide
I
tackle,
didn't
you
see
put
it
your
as a
studs
foul.
up. That's when you get in
When
trouble,
you
though. That's
clear
why.
the
That's
ball,
why
but when you
I
are
disagree.
clearing the ball, you
But
cannot
this,
do anything about it. Like
It's his mistake, though.
what hit him?
It wasn't a
What
mistake,
part of
though.
the foot hit Abram? What part of the foot hit? What part of Sommer's foot hit Abram?
The top of his studs, straight direct into his leg.
Like
think-
flat-footed? Was it a
Yes.
flat foot? Are you sure?
Yes.
Because that would have been a red
From-
card.
I
So
mean,
don't think
what I
so.
saw,
don't
yes,
think so.
maybe I didn't see it.
Was not
Maybe I
a
didn't see
flat
properly.
footer. Listen, I don't think Summer did it in a negative way. He didn't want to hurt anyone. I
He
think
didn't do it intentionally. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he was fighting for his life because he made a mistake and he wanted to clear that ball as soon as possible.
Exactly. He
didn't
rushed.
think
He
of
rushed into
hurting
it.
anyone.
He rushed
didn't even-
into it.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd have
Sorry.
to look at it again. Whatever. What about the other penalty, the Lautaro penalty?
No.
They-
I would have been ashamed. I would have been ashamed.
That what happened there? What happened there, Roy, was the same thing with when Pulisic scored the goal. He hit the ball with his shoulder at the start of the action. You know, when he scored the goal, because Inter players were like telling the referee that was handball. I wasn't. So it was the same thing as for Pulisic as for who that was, Lautaro, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was shoulder, clearly a shoulder. Come on, you can't claim.
Yeah.
penalty for
That if we got that penalty, I would have been ashamed. I would have honestly been ashamed. Like
No,
was
the referee signaled the penalty right away, but obviously they called them back and said,
I'm glad they did because if we won on that, that would have it would have been shameful. It would've-
I wouldn't mind. Let me tell you, man. Against
After
Inter,
Juve
I
and
wouldn't
Inter,
mind.
yes,
I
no,
wouldn't mind,
yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, no, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to have that once in a while. But it was like like Inter gets to with like little things. Like I remember there was like this breakaway where someone, I think they hit Leao in the face, and then the ball dropped to Morata, and he went past Çalhanoğlu, and he just bumped him in his chest, and then the ref called. Like, it's little things like that Inter always get, but whatever,
Hey, it's the dark arts.
It is. It's not just dark arts, man. It's Morata really has a huge influence on the way that Inter are refereed. Like, it's amazing. Like Bastoni. Like,
Heavy accusations.
No. I'm
Calciopoli? Are you saying Calciopoli is happening as we speak?
I think maybe. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Inter didn't get punished for Calciopoli, even though there was tremendous evidence that they were as guilty as Juventus. What's his name, Facchetti or whatever, was found on wiretaps, but he died, and it went past the statute of limitations to be able to prosecute them. How convenient. But I think, let me give you an example. If any player shoves somebody like Bastoni shoves Pulisic in the first half, that guy gets a card. Nothing happened to Bastoni. Now, if we're talking about like fairness and keeping the game going, I can understand the ref not doing that. But recently, I mean, if one of our players shoves, like Leao and Tomori get cards when they look at the ref. They don't even say anything. So Bastoni shoving Pulisic and not getting a card, I mean, that's crazy to me. It's stuff like that.
Yeah, but you have to consider the fact as well. We have to be honest here. Whenever there is a team that it's way stronger than the others, because it happened to us in the past when Milan was above and stronger than everybody else. Subconsciously in the referees, it comes that kind of decision to favor that team because it's way stronger than the others. But from there to think that there's something going on, to be honest with you, I don't think that, to be honest.
I think our Scudetto year made me think that games like against Spezia, there was a lot of decisions that went against us. Which made it.
Yeah, but it was casual, in my opinion. It wasn't because of something planned behind the
I think
doors.
Inter get away with too much. Like, for instance, their last game when they tied, one of their goals, their players was in a passive offside and he didn't get it. Meanwhile, when we scored against Inter, they said passive offside. It's things like that. Whatever. I don't want to get into it.
Oh, no, I remember those episodes, but to me, it's not like something that comes out from a plan kind of thing. It was more casual kind of thing, to be honest. It
Uh,
pissed me off. It pissed me off because that Scudetto, we could have won that Scudetto with 3 or 4.
along
Uh,
much easier,
yeah,
much easier.
yeah,
My
yeah,
question is
yeah.
when Inter gets screwed over, wake me up. I'm just saying, when the day that Inter gets screwed over by a decision, please wake me up. When? Just wake me up when that happens. When that happens, I'll gladly accept it, but I haven't seen it. So, but
I
anyway, I'm
don't know.
sorry
I
about
don't
that,
know. We'll
guys.
see.
All right, all right. We'll see who goes to jail this time. Is it
I
going to be
mean,
Marotta? Marotta's the new Moggi? We'll see. Um, guys, big question here. Elephant in the room type of question. Did we face the real Inter tonight or not? What did you guys think?
They definitely underestimated us for sure.
I think Pioli has done the things that he did defensively, played into Inter's hands so often. And to be honest, until this game, Fonseca was doing the same things in terms of our pressing patterns, in terms of our defensive shape, man-to-man marking when it came to pressing. All the like we used the zone today, like all the things that like Inter was like, oh well, Fonseca's just doing the same crap that Pioli does, and that is usually a recipe for disaster. That's why I have to get like. By the way, for those who I don't know who gives a shit about who I am, but like you guys who have heard me, like I've been crapping on Fonseca's tactics constantly. But today, man, he really like Fonseca he did a very good job, and I think that the amount of changes, I think yes, this is the real Inter, okay, and I think that the way to pick apart Inter is what Fonseca did today was to disrupt them in their back line to be able to push through gaps. Like you have to do that. Like that's you know City they played fine. I've never seen a team get so much praise for a 0-0 draw. Like I guess that's a victory for Inter. I mean, whatever.
Come on, City is a good team. If you get a 0-0 draw against City,
I know that, but they acted like
how they act, like especially with how the view is towards Italian
Sure.
teams.
I like to shit on Inter though. I mean, they're the ones who
everybody
they get a
does,
trophy for almost beating Man City. I forgot that you get.
You gotta take off the Milan. You gotta take away the hatred and stuff and look at these.
It's not about that. I didn't say that they weren't a good team. I didn't say that they didn't play well. I'm just saying.
Okay, but let's be honest. If we tied Manchester City, that's like a win for us. Like, come on, man. Let's not pretend like that's not like something good.
No, I think that I expect whatever with Maldini I'd have higher expectations. So to me, I think we did face the real Inter. I think Inter this was their best team. They saved up Lautaro to play us against City. They dropped Lautaro against City. Like they made changes to play us. Like there were really big differences, I think. And I think that Inter, when you don't play into their hands, they look very, very ordinary. And I think that's the truth. And I have to give credit for Fonseca for that. I mean, just because we beat them finally doesn't mean they weren't a juggernaut before. The fact that our previous games consistently played into what their strategies were, I think was the bigger reason why we played for them. Because a crappy Atletico team beat them last year in the Champions League, which people forget about, by not playing into their hands. So
no, but no, but I have to say, from my point of view, obviously, if we had to play the same way that Pioli played all those derbies, we would lose tonight as well. So, with that said, to be honest with you, I didn't see in Inter players the same. What's the word? They weren't aggressive and hungry as they were last year, for example. That's what I saw, to be honest with you. Even though we played tactically a good game and everything, and then we had our chances. And actually, to be honest, we should score more goals when we had a chance. Okafor at the last minute, he should easily score there. It would be 3-1, which is better than 2-1. A win is a win, but 3-1 would be better. But anyway, I didn't see in Inter the same aggression, the same will to win the game, the thing they had last year. That's beside the fact that Pioli played all those derbies the same way, always fell into the trap all the time, every single time. But beside that, I don't. It was the best 11 for Inter, but I didn't see the same in their eyes, in their attitude, I didn't see the same Inter as last year. But that doesn't mean.
Sorry, go
But
ahead.
that doesn't mean that we didn't do good because we did. You know.
Yeah, I want to say thank you to Buchiano. Thank you for becoming a member of Milan RossonARI TV. Thank you very much, brother. Appreciate it. My quick opinion is no, this is not the best Inter. I think we've seen Inter play much better with much more fire and much more determination.
Yeah,
I,
fire. That's the word I was looking for.
I
Yeah.
have a feeling they're not taking us seriously right now, and that could have cost them. I don't know. Maybe that. I think Milan did deserve the win in the end because that's a question. So I think that's a point of debate. So you said Fonseca. It's Fonseca got the tactics right. Lart, you said the players made the difference and not the tactics. So what is it? Was it the players or was it the tactics?
No, but the players, because the tactics in a way, but the players, like for example, he played with two strikers. But if you notice during the game, more often than not, Morata and Abraham himself, they played as midfielders as well. So it was the commitment by the players that made this work more than the plan from the beginning, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Because I saw Morata and Abraham going back all the time and helping their teammates and all. So it was the commitment of everybody that got us to the win. To be honest with you, that's what I think.
Mm, yeah, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Fonseca played 4-4-2 with two strikers. The only good thing he did, he picked the 11 players that were more on form. And Tammy Abraham and Morata were in a better shape than Ruben Loftus-Cheek. That's it. That's what he did. So he just acknowledged the fact that Ruben is not in a good condition. The other midfielders are not good enough to play. So he decided to go with two strikers and ask them to sacrifice a bit more to help the midfield when we didn't have possession. That's what he did. It didn't reinvent the wheel. And thank God that the players had a great reaction. They gave everything, and we won the game. I don't think it's a big tactical win, this one. I think
Oh,
we
I
saw,
do.
I don't know, man, playing 4-4-2 is a big tactical
Well,
decision.
no, it was
Okay,
also it
fine.
was also it was also where he put the pressing. Like you usually have your, I don't know. I don't, if you guys care enough, I can talk about where it was. I think honestly, I hate Fonseca. I hate what he's done. I hate how he handled almost everything. But today, I think he made a lot of tactical tweaks that were actually real. Honestly, I was I was pretty impressed. I was pretty
I
impressed.
don't I don't
Well,
see those
talk about them.
tactical
Talk about
tweaks,
them.
to be
Sure.
honest.
So when you press, you usually leave, like you usually have like a mix between like what you call like a ball orientated press in which your team kind of focuses where the ball is, and a man-to-man orientated press. Like Bielsa is like a man-to-man orientated press. And when you do man-to-man, what you usually do is when you play with one striker, you leave the striker to press like we did with Giroud between their three center backs, and that you leave Leao to kind of like your wingers then mark those people on the side, like, and everybody I'm sorry, without a board it's hard to explain, but everybody kind of like, you let your free man be the one, you usually let your striker be the one to kind of mark between two center backs, right? But what he did was, and this is actually what Pioli did at the beginning when we won the Scudetto, and I don't know why we stopped doing it, but instead, by having two strikers, the strikers were marking their center backs and disrupting that buildup, and you put Leao, you made him press less, like you were able to hide his pressing on that left side. Did it leave a little bit of a gap? Yes, it did. It did leave a little bit of a gap. But you're going to always have a weakness, and usually what you do is you let that weakness be up top with your center backs. But what Fonseca did was he's like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna let Leao press less because I'm gonna leave him a little bit
But
higher.
Leao doesn't press though.
He doesn't, but he doesn't press like you want him to. But yes,
No,
he
he
does
doesn't
do.
press. He doesn't track back. He literally walks every
Okay,
single time.
you can't. Here's the other thing: when you have everybody pressing, you can't. The whole
No,
point
he
with
doesn't.
Leao.
When he loses
Can
the
you
ball,
let me
he
finish a
doesn't do
sentence?
anything.
Okay, he's the shittiest player in the world. Okay, dude, he's
No,
the
but
shittiest
you are
player.
giving a pass to someone
No, I'm
who
not giving
is
him a
not.
pass. If you let me explain, I'll tell
Okay,
you what he was
let's
trying to
see,
do.
because it sounds like you're giving him a pass.
Yeah, because you hate Leao. That's great, but
Yeah, you're right. I hate Leao because he doesn't work hard whenever he loses the ball. When he
Did he
loses
lose?
the
What
ball,
did? When did he lose the ball and sulk today?
He loses the ball all the time. If the ball gets taken from his teammates and passed by him, he doesn't even track back for
He
5
tracked back
seconds.
today. I
He
don't know what
doesn't
you're
do it.
talking about.
He doesn't do it.
Yeah, he doesn't
The
do it.
announcers were
Let's
saying
all
every 10
the
minutes
announcers. Let's
that
just
he's
track
not-
back all the time. Just everybody track
So
back.
why are they saying
Tracking,
that?
tracking, tracking,
Why are they
tracking,
comparing
tracking,
him and
tracking.
Pulisic at like the 75th minute mark? They're literally comparing him and Pulisic, saying Pulisic is running up and down, helping out the defense, helping out the offense, helping out Leao's side.
The American announcers
not doing
were
it.
glazing Pulisic.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're right.
how
The
surprised.
American announcers who are actually Italian. But
Oh, okay.
no, like, bro, I'm sorry. Leao he's a liability if you are actually trying to press. The goal, when we got scored on,
Oh,
the ball
Leao's fault? It's Leao's fault?
no, I actually said that was Emerson. But
Okay.
Leao's lack of pressure or tracking back gives Barella all day to make a simple
listen,
switch.
Everybody
simple
knows
switch.
that Leao does not press. Is not a high.
Vinicius doesn't press. Salah doesn't press. I mean, it's insane to me. You so many of your
They
they don't actually. If you
They
like go
actually do.
But
go
listen,
watch.
Zizi, can we be objective here? Leao worse than anybody you can mention, honestly.
Sure,
Like,
but
and
the
it's not
question,
even a matter of hating the guy. It's just
I know that, but
objective truth.
if you let me, this
Yeah,
is
but
why we do that.
sacrifice is not in him. It's not in
It's
him.
not.
It
The
doesn't
reason
happen.
why you don't ask him to press is because the only thing we do is we say, Leao, stay up high, because all we have is we're going to absorb some pressure and we're going to kick it long to Leao and hope something happens. If we had more possession of the ball in the middle and we're able to build up, then things would be different. Then you can criticize Leao more. The problem is that if you're going to have somebody like Leao and you're going to ask him, track your runner all the way back, right? But then you no longer have an outlet when you want to hit it long. That's the problem. That's the problem with the tactics. Now, here today, what Fonseca said was, okay, I'm going to let Tammy and Morata do much more pressing to disrupt Inter's backline because that's how they build up. They drop Barella and Hakan Çalhanoğlu back more as a way to be able to have their build up. With Morata and Tammy, they didn't do that. So it's like, what I'm saying is if you need to hide Leao's pressing, you do that with what Fonseca did, and it was smart. In the first half, I think Leao didn't have an effective game. In the second half, they should have given him the ball more, especially when Darmian came on. But the thing is that when Leao did drop deep to get the ball, he didn't try and overdo it. He played smart, and that drew in so many players to open up space because we switched. Like, it was actually smart the way that they did it. If you want, like, yes, does Leao press as much as Salah or Vinicius? Maybe he presses a little bit less, but neither one of those players, like, the difference is so small. And the difference is that those teams direct themselves as a way to give them the ball as much as possible. That's the difference.
I have a question.
This is the most ludicrous assessments I've heard.
That's fine. You have a ludicrous. You can say that as much as you want. That's great.
Wait, why?
It's
in a 4-4-2 as a winger. In a 4-3-3, the wingers don't actually need to track back like that. That's why in Liverpool, they don't need to track all the way back. They only need to track back as far as maybe the halfway line at best. In a 4-4-2, you are a pure winger. A pure winger gets.
But they're not playing a 4-4-2.
They're not playing a real 4-4-2.
That's a 4-2-4. That's not
a 4-2-4. And again, like, the structures are so different. Like, Liverpool used Firmino all the time to cover for Salah all the time.
So why is Pulisic able to do it? Pulisic does more on the ball and off the ball than Leao.
But that is in Pulisic's nature. Listen, guys.
But Pulisic has it. Leao doesn't. Simple.
Yeah, Leao does not have.
Yeah, but Pulisic also thrives on the space afforded to him because of the attention that Leao gets.
Yeah, but anyway, guys, that wasn't a real 4-4-2 anyway. It was just on papers, to be honest.
It's a 4-2-4. It's 100% a 4-2-4.
You still okay. Even if you play a 4-2-4, the front four still need to press.
Yeah,
Leao still doesn't do that.
Now, listen. This is the other elephant in the room. A lot of elephants in this room today, but I'm looking at this 4-2-4. If I'm a coach today, and I know I have to face Milan, and I'm looking at that 4-2-4, this new formation that Fonseca tried, are the coaches salivating, or are
they can't wait, man? They can't
or are
wait.
they worried?
But he's not gonna play like this.
He can't play like this against everybody. It can't. He can't because
No, it's
again,
gonna change again. It's gonna change again. Yeah,
he
that's what
has
I
to.
think.
I mean, what he did was smart, but I think these tactics were tailored for Inter, and he disrupted what Inter do. I mean,
Yeah,
Man
but
City
at
can.
the end of the day, in my opinion, what happened tonight was that the law and order was established. What I mean by that is the players did what they supposed to be doing, keep the position, helping each other, and sacrifice for one another, and all of that. Obviously, Fonseca gives some directives on how to do it, but the players were committed tonight compared to the previous games, if you know what I mean. Simple as that. That the tactics, sometimes the tactics, they are important. Don't get me wrong, but if you're disciplined on the pitch and you do what you're supposed to do, you just get the job done. Simple as that. And tonight, that's what just happened tonight, in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't see any groundbreaking tactics. I saw just Tammy Abraham that works harder than Ruben Loftus-Cheek, so our
Yeah, the
high press
players
were
were
more effective.
disciplined on the pitch.
End of the
Simple,
story.
simple as that. Yeah, yeah.
I have to disagree. I think we did things. Yes, they did work hard. Totally. I agree with that. We did work hard. They put in the effort, but I think that we did things that really messed with the way that Inter usually play against us, the way that they were expecting to play against us. I have to, again, I hate Fonseca. I have to give him credit. I think he did a
Dude,
lot of
it's
amazing
not
things.
about hating or liking Fonseca. It's about a 4-4-2. When you put two strikers, your two strikers will run behind the defenders. If you put Ruben Loftus-Cheek, he's not going to run behind the defenders. He
But Ruben
wants the ball.
Loftus-Cheek can't possess the ball. Like that's
No,
the
no.
thing. Like
What I'm saying that at the end of the day is basically the same exact formation. Just you have a player that interprets the game differently. You have Tammy that runs behind the defenders. Ruben Loftus-Cheek
Yeah.
wants the ball in the feet.
I
You
don't
put
think
a
I
guy
don't
that
think
runs behind the
Inzaghi.
defense, and it
Yeah, I
changes
don't think
the game.
Inzaghi. I don't think Inzaghi never thought that they would play with two strikers. I don't think,
Exactly. That's the only surprise
Yeah,
effect
yeah.
that kind of
That's what I think
disrupted
too.
Inter.
Yeah,
You're right, disrupted Inter.
yeah.
But tactically, it was not like a. It was just we are going to run behind their defenders. We are not
It
going to ask
wasn't.
the
Look,
ball in the middle.
like I said, Liart. It wasn't like a tactical masterpiece. It was just the players were disciplined. They just did what they supposed to do. Simple
I
as
said
that.
I said at the beginning he did the right thing because he played the best players he had available. He didn't put Ruben or another midfielder. He said, "No, I'm going to play the best 11." And the best 11 right now in September is Tami and Morata in the pitch because they are better than the other midfielders we have in the bench,
Yeah.
and they run more. They care more about the team. They care about their teammates, and they
And
feel
that,
like they want to win the game. Other
yeah,
players
and
looks like
again,
sometimes they don't want to win the game.
and and again, all the previous derbies before, the three at the back for Inter, they never had to face two strikers in one
Exactly.
time. You know.
yeah,
Okay,
and it
all right.
disrupted them.
All right, let me ask you
Yeah.
Yeah,
guys this,
yeah.
man. Let me ask you this, man. If Milan and Inter face again the next week, with information they face each other this today, is it going to be the same game?
No, I think Inter will find solutions to kind of interrupt that surprise effect. I don't think this formation with. I like the two strikers. I want to play with two strikers because I think they give a lot, but cannot be played on a 4-2-4 as Nathan say. It's too offensive. And Leao, if we want to play like this, you have to have wings that come back and defend. Leao is
Exactly.
not one of them.
But you see
So
that can I just say something? You guys were talking about Leao, this and that. But if Leao would will to change position to come more in the middle of the field, we could play different. We could play with the 4-3-2-1. We could play with the Albero di Natale. I don't know how you
no,
call
Yeah,
no,
that.
that is
I
not
agree.
that's not Leao. That's not
Right,
Leao. Not
exactly.
gonna do
Yeah,
that.
Leao's
but I said
2-1
if he
doesn't.
would,
But
if we would commit to change role,
no,
to leave that
we
fucking
cannot.
sideline
We
and play
cannot
more
talk about that.
central.
We
Yeah,
Yeah,
cannot
but
talk about
that's
you're
it.
asking for Leao to
We're not
be
talking. We cannot talk about.
smart.
Well, you're asking Leao to be Kaká. Kaká, it was a different player. Kaká will play on the right, in the middle, on the left. He will go around the
no.
game throughout the
I'm not
pitch.
asking
We
him to
don't
be
have
Kaká.
We
Just
don't
leave the
have.
sideline.
The problem is,
Wolf's
I
gonna
don't
leave
think
the sideline. He's not gonna leave the sideline.
he's
Well,
played on the
someone
sideline.
has to make him.
I just the reason why you have him on the sideline is because you're trying to stretch a team out. Like he's not like the things that he does. Like the idea that if Fonseca dropped him, okay, because of disciplinary issues, if Leao's doing something that the coach doesn't want, then he's not gonna play. Like I'm sorry, like, and that could have happened much earlier in his career as well. So it's like we tried
I
to play him as
disagree
a
on that.
Yeah, I
okay,
disagree on
fine.
that as well
That's
too.
great. Leao controls our whole team. So the thing is, before Leao had his breakout season, we tried him as a striker. We tried him as a striker, and it didn't really work. Like even though he's big and strong, like that's not his
Well,
game.
he's not
When
a
you
pure
put,
nine. He's a
Yeah,
support
but
striker.
Zizi, listen. He
If
used to
anything,
play. He used to play central. He used to
he
play
used to be a
central for
support
Lille.
striker. Yeah,
Second
Yeah,
striker.
yeah, but that was
yeah,
in a
second
4
striker.
that was in a 4-4-2, right? Where he was able to kind of drift more and things like that. I think that once he's went from that level, I think that to get him to the next level, being able to like there are very few wingers who are able to beat their man one-on-one as consistently as
No,
Leao
but
does if
listen,
you give
listen.
him
What I'm saying is, Laert was saying before that two strikers are. I like the idea to play with two strikers as well. But the only way we can play two strikers is it's only like tonight, because unless you want you
No,
want to
you
take
can
Leao out of the squad.
you
Otherwise,
can
I don't see
play
any
I
other
don't think
way.
you no, but I think
you
the
can
two
play with
strikers
two
worked
strikers.
against two strikers works when you're playing against a back three that is as organized and rely like Inter and Inzaghi. He relies on his back three to be able to maintain possession, and then he takes Barella and Hakan Çalhanoğlu and he drops them so that he can play through a press and then get through it. Instead, we disrupted those normal patterns.
No,
So
I'm
it's like
going beyond. I'm going
yeah.
beyond tonight's game. I'm going beyond that. I'm saying I like the idea to play with two strikers, but
You
with
can
Leao,
It
it's
depends on
very
the.
hard.
It depends. I think Leao would be if you allowed if you simplified Leao's role to what Carlo Ancelotti does with Vinicius, where Vinicius just parks himself on the left side, and what they do is they pull their opponents out of their shape so that they can isolate Vinny and then just give him the ball. Like they're now having trouble because Rodrigo wants to go there and Mbappe wants to go there, and now they're having some difficulties in doing that, and they're just overwhelming teams. But there's still a problem. Like we don't have. That's the thing that I have a problem with Fonseca. Fonseca doesn't have the plan. Like for instance, against Liverpool, we had no idea what to do when it came to build up against Liverpool.
Well,
We had
hold on,
no idea.
Zizi, but against Liverpool, we played this same formation. And it
Exactly,
didn't work.
but the difference is that Liverpool they stayed off and they dared us to build through the middle. They dared us and we had no idea what to do. I think that was the big difference.
Yeah,
And
but the difference also was sorry. The difference also was that Inter sit back and waiting for us usually. Liverpool was pressing higher, and when we had the ball between Tomori and Pavlovic, they didn't know what to do with it because Liverpool was pressing higher. You know
and
what I
none of
mean?
our midfielders
Inter doesn't do
came
that.
down.
Inter doesn't do that.
Inter didn't press as much, but the thing is, if you watch the Liverpool game again, if you wanna hate yourself, like you'll see that you can see that they don't like there's no outlet for our back four, and I think it's we made changes to what we did off the ball that I think was more important than what we did on the ball today. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but the
can I
Inter
sorry.
attitude made it easier.
Can I say the two striker thing? I think we can play with two strikers. Just you need instead of Pulisic, you need a guy that defends and comes in the middle when we don't have possession. So you can play with two strikers.
Salamakers?
No, okay, Salamakers would have been ideal. We don't have him, but a guy that is more of a midfielder, that goes more on the right side, builds his game on the right side, but is not Pulisic, is a midfielder. So when we lose the ball, just goes in the middle and helps Fofana and Reinders in non-possession. So the two
But
strikers.
what do you
don't
mean
need-
if we play like tonight again? Is that what you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Question for
Instead
you.
of
Bro.
having,
Oh, right.
Question for you. Can you afford to take Pulisic out of this team since he's the one that is producing the goals and the assists?
Oh no, because he's in a great form, and so he's gonna play Pulisic. I'm just kind of doing fantasy football here or football manager. I'm playing football manager here. So if you want to
If I
play
have
with
to
two
take one of the
strikers,
two wingers out, I'll take Leao out. I know him.
Oh
well,
yeah,
because
for sure.
clearly,
Yeah, for
clearly
sure.
he's not in a
No way.
great form. I will play Leao. I will play Leao more than Pulisic. But of course, Leao is not in a great form. So there is reasonable to, if you have to pick one of the two, you pick Pulisic. Unfortunately, he's not gonna do that because he will play. He will go back maybe with the 4-4-2, still playing the two strikers, Pulisic. Well, it's gonna be risky. Maybe with small teams, not that risky because you still are gonna have more quality. But it's not a solid team. I don't think it's a solid formation with a good team. You will get exposed a lot of times. That's my
But
opinion.
what do you guys think about Fofana performance? I see the guy seems
Horrible.
lost. Seems lost still.
Very bad.
I think
I don't know. I got
defensively,
the
I think defensively he did well. I think the problem is he tries the hero ball way
and he
too
gets
often.
and he gets past very easy, very
He
easily.
got
I
caught
don't.
because he overdid it. Like there was all these times. Like there's one time we like tried to dribble like 4 players. Like there's no need to do that. I think, yeah.
We should have kept Pobega. Go ahead.
He seems lost. He seems lost. He seems lost. I don't know. It seems like he's there by mistake.
Well, again, he's not a ball winner. He's really the same type of midfielder that we have had this entire time. So we're
I,
asking him to be the more bruiser, and really, that's just not what he's actually meant
I think
for.
I disagree. I think he did a great job today when it came to defensively. He just with the ball, he kept on putting himself and the team in a bad spot. But the second half, he stopped doing it. And honestly, I thought he was going to get himself sent off. The second half, playing with a yellow, I think he played really well. I think he did a great job helping out the team. I mean, he's a new player who didn't get a preseason. So I mean, I think there's like he did put in the miles today. He did put in the work. I have to give him that. I do.
I think he
I
played
don't
well.
know.
Yeah, I was happy about his performance. His first derby, he has not had any preseason. He's trying to understand the team. So it will take a while for him to have like a full
Oh yeah,
90
maybe it
minutes.
needs time, but to me, it seems lost still. But maybe it needs time, like you say. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, the level
I'm
is
pretty worried.
a derby. A Milan derby is a high level, man. It's not easy for someone just coming from
I
France and
call him.
trying.
I call him. I call him a fufana. No fufana. Fufa in Italian means like I don't know. I
Fufa.
can't find the word. Yeah, like I.
Like
I don't know. Lie. Help me out.
It's like when
How
you
can
want to
you?
say
it's like
like it's tastes like nothing.
Yeah, it's like all not. Yeah, it's like thin air. Like
There is no output. It looks good,
yeah,
but sometimes there is no output.
fufana. Yeah.
as of now, I am on fraud alert. As of now, let's see.
He's
Let's
not.
see
No,
what
I think
happens.
no, that's
he's a
harsh,
good
man.
player. I think he will get better and better. Uh,
A fraud is
he,
Chukwueze. That's a fraud.
That's
his
yeah.
brain sometimes just loses, as Zizi says. He overthinks. He does it more complicated. He should have done. He should. I think he's the player in the position should play it always simple. The moment he understands that he needs to go always for the simple pass, his game will
Yeah, he tried to
upgrade.
do the Hollywood stuff too often. And I just like if you just simplify your game a little bit, like but
At
again,
this moment of the season, he needs to simplify his game. The moment he gets confidence, he's more aware of the Serie A, the league in general. He will start doing those difficult passes. But at the moment, he should keep it simple, and that's it.
It might needs time. It might needs time. But what I think is, I mean, he's a big lad. He's a big lad, and he gets past
boy.
very easily. Yeah, he gets past very easily, even in the physical contrast, the physical like thing. I don't know. It does convince me so far.
As that today, he recovered a lot of balls.
yeah, he did. I think I don't know. I think he's done a great job, and I think that he looks each game I see progress. It's with the ball that I want him to improve. Like that's what it is. Like and it's about decision making. That's not really on tactics. Like I know I'm Mr. like tactics. Fofana like it's like bro, just take
Look,
it easy.
he needs.
Yeah.
We need him. We need him to improve going forward because in midfield we don't have that many options. To be honest,
I think that when you play a 4-4-2 like this, 4-2-4, whatever you want to call it, when you play like this, your Fofana really was like just being a dam to really hold back things. And I think, the other thing, our fullbacks were also kind of holding back. Like we didn't have Emerson and Teo bomb forward all the time. Teo actually sat a lot, and I think Teo had a pretty good performance today. I think he's not getting as much shine as he should, but I think defensively Teo played very well.
Well, that's the point. He had to sit down, stay.
Sorry, 1 second, guys. Keep your thought. Carmelo, your microphone or your speakers has a lot of echo. Can you mute yourself when you're not?
Oh,
talking?
sure, yeah.
So I think Theo had to stay because, as we said before, Leao was not tracking back, so Theo has to be positional, and that is something that I don't like of this formation. I would like Theo to still be a weapon for us, but I understand he has to stay because, as we said, Leao is not going to track back, and even if he does it, he's never going to be as consistent as a defender or a pure 4-4-2 wing.
I think if we have like, we didn't really control the center of the pitch this game. I think what we did is that we challenged, and what we did is that we baited Inter to push forward, and then we dribbled through to get through their middle, but we didn't pass our way through. And I think that's the thing that prevents us from being able to use players, because Liverpool have Salah and Trent on the same side. So the idea that you can't have, like, I know with Vinicius, he puts, Real Madrid puts Mendy on his side.
Sorry, Zizi. It must be Roy. Must be the phone is dying. I'll talk to you next time, guys. All right.
Hey, take care, Carmelo.
Ciao, tutti. Ciao.
Ciao. But I think, it's like you don't have to, like Arsenal, they put Ben White on the same side as Saka to protect him, right? So it's like we don't need to do that if you have that level of possession, and that's what Man City does as well, to play as attacking as they do. And I think that's the issue. We don't, outside of Reinders, we really don't have midfielders who like to maintain possession, especially without Benacer. Like, that's the big miss that we have without Benacer. We don't have somebody who will hold on to the ball, resist the press, and then distribute it through. Like, we don't play through the middle. And I think what Fonseca was like, well, I can't do that, so I'm going to try and have them break through and then Morata drop in to be able to kind of play around that rather than play through it. And I think if we can play through it, then we can give the ball to Leao and or to Pulisic. I mean, that's to let him play as more of a kind of a more traditional right winger, where I think Pulisic does his best work.
If Benacer was available today, and let's say Fonseca insisted on the two attackers in the 4-2-4, so it'd be Benacer for either Fofana or Rangers. Who would you take out?
I guess Fofana.
Or you don't play Benacer. Would you play Benacer?
It depends on form. Are we talking about a full healthy Benacer?
Well, the form is poor from everybody right now.
Sure, but I'm saying, are we talking about the concern I have with Benacer?
If you have Benacer available, the way he was progressing before he got injured today, would you take out Fofana for him? Would you keep him on the bench? Would you take Reindeers? For all of you guys, what do you guys think?
Oof.
Well, we won, so I will keep Reindeers and Fofana.
Yeah. Who knows? I think with Benacer, this team looks different. But injuries have hurt him. That's the thing. I think he's a great player, but it's just injuries are injuries, and I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's the issue. But I think, that's the scary thing. If Benacer is there, I don't know. Maybe you take out Morata, and you let Tammy, because I think Tammy does the running. But Morata did a really great job today. It wasn't a glamorous thing, but he did a lot of the stuff that I think they wanted Xerxes to do. Like when Xerxes drops and he connects play, that's what Morata did today. to his
But
credit.
that's what the two strikers do when they play two
Yeah.
strikers. One drops and one goes deep.
Yeah,
It's always like
that's what
this.
Morata does
Yeah.
with Spain
That's
too.
and Morata likes to drop more often. And
He
even
does.
Tammy, if he drops, is good as well. He's not that bad. He's actually good
Tammy's
with
and I love Tammy's attitude. Tammy looks like a real he's like I think he's like a real Milan fan. Like he's been talking about Milan. Like there's like pictures of him like using Milan as like his FIFA player. Like I don't know, man. I
Well, we
I
pay
like
him
Tammy.
quite a lot, so it better be a Milan fan. No, I wanna. This is a good comment. You wanna play a good 4-4-2? You put Pavlovic as a left back, and you put Theo Hernandez as a left wing.
And what about
That
Leao?
is, no, of course. I'm talking about an hypothetical world. You know what I mean?
No,
You
no,
wanna
but what do you
have
do
Or
with
you can-
Leao
or
in
you
this
can put-
hypothetical world? What do you do with Leao?
Well, I put Leao on the right wing. So I
On the
have
right wing.
Emerson Royal staying put where he is, not moving. Gabbia Tomori, Pavlovic on the left, Theo left wing, Leao right wing, two midfielders like today, and two strikers. You will fucking kill every team because Theo is a pure wing. He will actually defend. Emerson
don't know
Royal
about all
will
that.
keep Leao, defend Leao's back, and you will always have a good team. But that's a 4-4-2 that people used to play in the fucking 2001, man.
Teo played very well
2023,
defensively today.
2024.
I think when he wants to lock it down, he can, and I think he did today.
If you want a pure left wing for a 4-4-2, it's
Yeah.
Theo. Theo is our proper left wing for a 4-4-2.
Voss over Benacer? What? That's crazy.
Who is
That
Voss?
Some
insane.
some kid they bought from Ajax who has a
Okay.
lot of talent, and he plays for Futuro. And
Okay, I feel like we bought a new player. I didn't see
no,
it.
he's apparently he's very, very talented. Like Ajax fans before he was linked, they were like, "Oh, he's the best." And then when apparently he has a father that's very annoying, which is pretty common with
Really?
Yeah, he has an annoying father who kind of like was like, "We should get more playing time," and then Ajax didn't give it to him. The kid's talented. I like friends of mine who are like hardcore Ajax fans say that he's talented. I just think he needs to. It's a question of attitude. Like there are so many kids who are so much talented, so have so much talent, but it's like their attitude,
How old
depends
is
on whether
he?
they make it. He's like an 18 or 19 years old. He's a
Okay,
kid.
so he's kind of he has an age to come
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the first
But
team.
apparently, like Ajax fans were talking about him as like this incredible talent, like one of their best talents in a long time. So
Oh
like,
wow.
yeah. Apparently he was, but again, he's not. Who knows what he'll become? Who knows? It's a big deal. It's a big question mark. It's a gamble with these kids. Which is fine.
Yeah.
Like Camarda, who looks like he has all the talent in the world. Like we don't know. Like Zaroli, who I love, like I like as an attitude, but like, does he have what it takes to go to the next? We don't know. You never know. But you shouldn't put it on that kid. Like Liberati looks like the kid looks like, when Billy called him the next Phil Foden, the Italian Phil Foden. I see it, man. I see a lot of what
Well,
he's talking about. But
I'll
you
tell
don't.
you this, bro. I'll tell you this, Izzy. When these players are constantly in the youth national team, you pretty much do already know. Like they're going to be you don't know when, but you know that they're going to be, the
Sure.
next crop of players. When they're like constantly in the U17, the U19,
Sure.
the U20, U21, these are the guys that are going to be the best players.
I'll be honest. I was like a U16, U17 player. I was pretty good, but I
For
didn't
what?
make it.
For who?
I don't want to say what country I come from. It's
Okay.
yeah, it's like my American accent that I learned going to American schools, even though I'm not
Mars.
American. It hides where I come from, which is very
You're
convenient.
from Mars?
The thing is, I come from my mom is from one country, my dad's from another, so it's just
It's
Can
fine.
you
Don't
tell
worry
us the
about it. Don't worry
continent
about
at least?
Don't
Can you
worry
tell us
about
the
it.
continent?
Africa and Europe. There you go.
Okay, that's perfect. See?
That's
There we
fine.
go. Anyway, the point is that like and I've been around. I wasn't that talented. I was just really fast. But like other kids, like there are kids who I saw. I'm like, oh, this guy's gonna make it. Like I know this one kid. Like he plays like Seedorf, and kid's incredible. But he just doesn't give a shit and smokes too much weed, and so he never made it. So you never know. You never know. Like I don't want to
Look.
put that pressure on those kids. Are talented though. You never know who's gonna make it. That's the thing.
The scouts of the federation are really serious people, and
Yeah.
they know who the best upcoming players are. Liberali is 100% going to be one of the best, not maybe one of the best players in Europe.
I hope so. I hope
For
so.
sure.
I just don't want to put pressure on those kids. Maybe that's what it is.
Quick question, guys. Can we talk about Scudetto now that we beat Inter or no?
Of course, we're the favorites.
Shut up, Nate.
Scudetto should be what we talk about. That's what I'm saying. That's the thing that annoys me.
No.
I think it should be something that we talk about, but I don't know. Like I'm not gonna let this. This win is great and it makes me feel great and I love it. But it's like, but to me, let's see what we do against Lecce. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's see what we do against Lecce. Like,
We need to win 5 games in a row. If a
Exactly.
team wins 5 games in a row, you can start have a conversation. Okay,
Totally.
this is a team that can show you to win 5 games in a row. So now, can we talk about Scudetto? But until that point, we are not going to talk about Scudetto because every team can win 3, draw 1, lose 1, win 2, draw 1, win the other 2. That is not. Well, I need a team that wins 5 in a row. If you win 5 in a row, I can tell you, okay, this is a team that is going to challenge until at least until March.
we need a midfielder in January. I think that's something if I had to pick what we need in January desperately is a midfielder. Like if we can get Ricci from Torino because it lists, or even Jorginho. Like I don't know if Arsenal we need I know Jorginho's not the
Ricci
same
is
guy.
the one, I think.
Sure, but the question
He's
is,
the
does
guy.
Torino let him go? You know what I'm saying? Like, will Torino
Or
let
for
him
the
go?
right price, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
this is
but-
the
We're
thing, his
cheap.
price probably isn't crazy right now, but if we don't
We're
do it,
cheap.
then it will be
We're
crazy.
cheap.
But
That's the
we
thing.
just, we need somebody in the midfield who can actually, I think, personally, I want to, Musa to me, it's, if Fonseca, Musa has the skills and the talent to do anything, but he needs to be coached. And I don't see any improvement in Musa, which worries me because he takes up one of those spots, So it's to me, we need another midfielder, and it has to be someone who is club trained, who's trained in Italy, like Kessie was, it's a question of the lists. It's a question of the lists, man. So to me, I think the midfield is where I think we're at our weakest, and we have the least amount of depth. That's the scary thing. And I would love to get rid of Chukwueze in January and get Orsolini. Orsolini would be great.
You just said Musa. Oh, so it would be fantastic. You said Musa. I completely forgot that guy existed. He's not getting any time. He's not getting any playing time.
Which is scary because we're going to need him. We actually need to use him because our rotation can't. It's going to be. What are we going to do? We're going to push Reinders to the limit and then burn him out. You're going to need rotation.
Maybe next game he's gonna play.
I hope so.
Lower games, maybe we'll have more time.
And Chukwueze was supposed to be this great winger, that the best winger in Serie A, this, that, and the other. They sold him as if we bought Neymar, and wow, this is another season of Chukwueze that, unless Pulisic gets a major injury, Chukwueze is not going to see the pitch all season.
But Chukwueze should. I mean, when Pulisic came in, the idea was that Chukwueze would be the starter and that Pulisic would rotate between left wing and right wing, But I'm sorry, if we didn't have Pulisic, we would be in a really tough spot, man. We would be in a really, really tough spot because Chukwueze is terrible. Terrible.
Damn.
I always thought Pulisic was the starter because I knew anything. First of all, I didn't know anything about Chukwueze, but because Pulisic was coming from Chelsea, which is a different level from Villarreal, I will assume Pulisic will be our starter. And because he was American, he will get a bit that.
The amount they pay Chukwueze, they give Chukwueze a
he's
$4
also
million
the-
salary.
He's also the best
Chukwueze is
American football
50
player.
kilos, man. He's a football player that weighs 50 kilos. He cannot play in Serie A.
But
You
the
have to
thing
have the talent of Maradona if you want to.
He doesn't even. The thing is, though, he doesn't even play well for Nigeria. I watch Nigeria.
Because that's.
No, but I'm just saying the fact. Listen, African soccer, it's tough. The African football is tough. It is.
Yeah,
but he doesn't
it's
succeed there.
physical.
It's physical, and he doesn't do well there either. And I mean, people who talk about him, and I think what happened was that he got so much hype because of his Real Madrid performance last year. And if you actually look at his stats, he was very streaky. So I mean, Chukwueze, man, he has a lot to prove. Honestly, I would have rather have sold Chukwueze and kept Salamakers. I'm not even joking. I would have rather have
It
done
would
that.
have been more useful.
He would have been.
I think it's also better for Chukwueze at this point not even to be at Milan.
No,
Look,
and
look,
remember, we paid 28 million euros for him, and he was in the last year of his contract. Think about
yeah.
that. That's a
Oh my God.
crazy amount of money.
He should be loaned to Atalanta because I think a team like Atalanta can revive him or something like
Yeah,
that.
because they have adequate coaching. I mean, Gasperini.
But
is a-
also it's really comes down to Pulisic. Like you're not going to take Pulisic out of his team for Chukwueze.
and he
You're not
shouldn't.
gonna-
By the way, I used to make fun of Pulisic all the time. Like I made fun of him constantly. So just to mess with my American friends, you know. But I mean,
Okay, but
he's impressed me. He's impressed me, and he earns it. He is one of our starters. He's a great player. Pulisic has impressed me. I just think he's a Robin. He's not a Batman, but he's a great Robin. He's
Yeah.
a great.
I think he
Robin.
puts a lot of effort.
He does.
For sure.
Today was a great goal. You can't take that away. Today was a great goal.
I think
Like
he
it
had
was
a great
awesome what he did.
performance in general today. It was more a big game performance. Finally,
Mhm.
that's something that see those big games performance change the season, bring the direction of the team forward. And Pulisic is tougher than Chukwueze. Chukwueze is too light. He doesn't. It cannot handle the physical, the shoulder to shoulder. It feels like he
Pulisic
does
doesn't
not
give
have
up.
that. Yeah, he doesn't give up. He has aggression.
Yeah,
But I
he's
think
a
the other thing that-
captain of America, dude.
But
Like,
the other
it's a
thing that
huge
Pulisic does-
responsibility.
Totally. But I think the other thing that Pulisic does that actually really helps him is that he can actually take his right foot and dribble down the byline. Like with Chukwueze, you know what he's going to do. He's so left-footed that he can't even – the defenders know they don't even have to worry about him going right. And the thing is, like, if you're Robin and you only have one foot and people can't stop you, then fine. But Chukwueze is not that good with his left foot. He's not good
Yeah.
enough to be able to be one-footed like that.
The
You know?
only way for Chukwueze to get used to this is he has to play like 10, 15 games in a row, and he never will. Unless, guys,
I
that
agree with that.
happens. Otherwise,
I
he might as
would
well
tr-
go to a number two.
I think his salary is going to be a problem for us to be able to get rid of him because he's not on growth decree, and hopefully they're saying that they're going to bring it back, but it's not clear about whether he'll be if he qualifies for that, then it'd be a little bit easier, but we're going to have a tough time getting rid of him. That 28 million euros that we paid for him was a lot, and the 4 million salary
Maybe
that
a
we gave him
La
is
Liga
insane.
team might try and take.
Hopefully,
Well,
we
no.
have to pray because he's
Next
honestly.
season we can sell him. Next season we can sell
I
him.
hope
for
so
sure.
because honestly,
Next
I don't usually give up on players. I'm always like give him time. Even Emerson Royale, give him. I don't like him. Give him time. Give him. Chukwueze, he's done. I think Orsolini would have been a much better choice.
Damn. Tough.
Even Berardi, and I hate Berardi, would have been a better choice.
Dude, keeping
Tough.
Selemakers and spending that 28 million somewhere else would have been a better choice. That's
Sure.
it. Simple as
Or maybe
that.
keeping Kalulu and instead of buying Emerson Royale would have been a better choice.
You saw, guys, Kalulu got man of the match for
Kalulu
Juventus.
has been
Against
very good.
Napoli.
I mean, it's amazing what happens when you have a coach who knows what he's doing. All of our players, when we loan them out, they suddenly do well.
No, Kalulu was doing well with us, man. Don't say that. Kalulu was actually a good player.
I know.
Yeah.
By the way,
No
I'm a
one
big Kalulu
complained
fan.
about No one
But a lot
complained
of
about
people,
Kalulu.
a lot of people were saying that he's done, and we need to get rid of him.
Yeah,
And
a
I
lot of
think-
people were saying that Moncada and Furlani were geniuses. You know?
Who
Yes.
says that? No one says that in this channel. that Kalulu
Maybe
was
okay.
bad.
I'm not from this channel. I'll be honest. I'm not like
Who-
so. I'm coming from. It's amazing. Like different Milan groups, we all have different views. So I'm like learning what you guys have, and
You
like
get-
it's funny. I'm just saying, like they're like where I'm like the group that I usually interact
yes,
with.
I'm so-
They've been shitting on Kalulu for a
Why
while.
you cannot say that for a 23 years old, especially
I
23 years old. They had good seasons with us,
Bro,
That's-
I agree with you a million
He's at the
percent, man.
beginning of his career. He has a lot to give. He's showing just 30% of what he actually can achieve in his career.
I'm telling you, Mota's gonna make him. It's gonna be a big mistake. Kalulu looks great for you, and he's starting already. He's starting already, man.
He's a good player, and
I'm
I
not
don't
a spy,
understand why we
Chris.
sold him. It's just
Um,
crazy. Probably he had a fight or disagreement with the coach, and he says, "I want to leave." If
No,
if
I
I
remember they
didn't
gave him the
play, I
number
don't know.
5 shirt. They looked like I don't know because the thing is Fonseca said he likes Salamakers and then they got rid of him.
Yeah,
I
exactly. Fonseca is a politician, man. He says I like this guy and
Fonseca
sells
has no
them.
choice over these
Yeah,
guys.
exactly. He's a politician. They tell him if they ask about Salameka, say that you like the guy and that's it. So he has to
that's
say that with everyone.
it looks like I think you know Maldini got so much shit for CDK, but if we look at the Tonali money, I don't think Moncada has spent it that well. Everyone was talking about, oh, Moncada would have gotten Enzo Fernandez and Julian Alvarez. Okay, where is this secret Argentinian superstars from, from that Moncada was being prevented
Well
from
said.
getting? What did he get?
Well,
Pellegrino?
well
Yep.
said. Actually, there was one right there. Calafiori opted to go for Pellegrino
Of
right
course
there.
not. He didn't get Calafiori, did he? But he
Yeah.
didn't. He
There
didn't
you
get
go.
him. Where's the Argentinian superstar that he can get for 10 cents and a crate of
Well,
bananas and a
I'll
smile?
tell you what, because Moncada's job before was easy. He had to give 30 names, and Maldini had to pick one of the 30 he gave.
Exactly. So we
Now
can
he's the
say
man has to pick one name of the 30 they give to him, and he's picking the
exactly. And
wrong
to be
one.
honest, I think we have wasted. Listen, I like Musa. I like him, but he needs to be coached. We spent way too much money on him. So the thing is, like, you've wasted money on Musa, you've wasted money on Ruben, you wasted money on Jovic because you just renewed him for 3 years for no reason. You've wasted money on Chukwueze. You've wasted a lot of money, man.
I
And now
think
Emerson.
the biggest waste, if you consider the a year ago transfer window, the two biggest wastes for me were Musa and Chukwueze. And I have nothing against Musa. I think Musa will become a good player, but the moment when we bought these players, we needed something different.
Yeah, I think
Um,
Musa needs to be coached, like because he's been moved around because he can do so many different things from playing him from right wing back to playing him right mid, right wing. Like he needs to have a coach to be able to like smooth out the edges and give. But he's also, I think he's another 4-3-3 midfielder, just like Ruben Loftus-Cheek. That's why I want Sarri. So it's like you need somebody who to develop players, and that's supposed to be what Fonseca does. And if he can do that, if you can unlock Musa, we have a very strong midfielder. We really do. But that's the question of whether he'll be able to do it. But he's also young. Like Musa's 21. I think I forget that. I think sometimes we forget that. But the thing is, the way that they constructed this team, they put more pressure on the kid than's needed because they don't
We
have
also
any
got to remember
Italians.
too
dude,
that the
dude,
Italian
Musa.
league, you need a high IQ to play in this league as well too, and not everyone has that.
And by the
Unfortunately,
way, Musa is young, but I'm getting old, man. I cannot wait for people to grow up, become good, and sell
yeah,
them to the Premier
it's just
League.
like the CDK
We need
situation.
to buy
You don't
players
have
that
that time.
actually.
Hey,
Actually, we need to buy players. I'm not saying they are ready to go, but they are ready to play for Milan. And maybe in 2 years they are at the level that bring Milan to play a semi-final.
I look at
But Musa will
CDK.
take 4 years.
Musa might take more time, but I look at CDK, and then you look at how Gasperini plays him on the right wing, and we never played CDK on the right wing ever.
CDK plays more central, honestly.
They plays in a 3-4-3 where he's on the right wing. He doesn't do the 10 stuff that we asked him to do. He plays a different role. He doesn't have to drop back as much. Like they play him as a second striker sometimes. They play him as a false nine. Like we played him as a striker once in the Coppa Italia against Torino, and he was great. Did we play him there ever again? No. So to me, it's like I think these are the issues. Like I think like it's where we constantly are putting players out of where they should be, and then we give up on them. But it seems that we only give up on them when they were from the previous administration. Meanwhile, because Chukwueze is Moncada's choice, you know, then all of a sudden, yeah, we're gonna stick with Chukwueze, even though he does nothing,
hey,
absolutely nothing for what
guys.
we pay him. Sorry.
No, yeah, no. Real quick, who spoke about? Did anyone here speak about Goodmanson last season? Who was it?
Isn't Goodman's not me, but isn't he in trouble like legally? I heard he has like some cases against him. Like
The player that just joined Fiorentina.
yeah, from
I,
Genoa.
I saw him today, and that guy's really good. We should have gone for him. That guy was
I
really
think
good.
the issue was I think the reason why teams were scared was because of I think he has like some like harassment cases against him. That's the issue.
Okay. Um, Pioli wanted him. That's right. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I saw him today. Really good player. Really good player. Okay, Goodmanson, the Icelandic player. Okay, guys, quick question. So we're only 5 games in. It's hard to say, who is going to do what. Blah blah blah. It's still early, but is Inter still the favorites?
I think so.
Yeah, they should
No,
be.
I think it's Napoli. Napoli is the favorite for me.
I mean,
The thing is, the teams had a chance to really,
Actually,
gain some ground, but they tied. Juventus and Napoli tied,
actually,
so that keeps Inter right there still.
sorry, let me rephrase my thinking. Always the favorite will be the team that won it the year before. Like is like Matt, they are the best team starting the season. But
hey, I'm
I
sorry. I have
think
to go. I apologize. I didn't want to
Later.
interrupt.
you
I'm so
wanna
sorry.
you wanna
Later.
reply to this or you wanna go?
I have to go. I'm so sorry, guys.
All
It's
right,
always a
later.
pleasure. Thank you for having me and
No
arguing with me
No
with
problem.
respect. I
No
appreciate all you
problem.
guys. Take
We
care.
like that, man.
Have a good
Yeah,
one.
I
Bye.
appreciate you guys. Take care.
Later.
So what I was saying is that Inter, of course, is going to be the favorite because he's the team that won it the season before. But I think Napoli has a better coach. Conte is the best coach of the league. He has a good team at the level of Inter. Maybe we can argue a bit less, a bit more. I don't know. So that's why I think Conte will go and win it at the end of the day.
Okay, Nathan.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I think this was just a blip, and I think because Inter has won so many times against us that it really doesn't affect them that negatively compared to if this was a derby to where we would win and they would win, or we would win twice, they would win twice. This was just one of those. Well, it was bound to happen at some point. I think against teams like Napoli and Atalanta and Juventus, they're not going to view it in the same way.
I mean, next time they will take us much seriously. They will be like, okay, we need to win the derby this season.
Yeah, and I think the race will be a lot closer this time. It won't. I don't think a team's going to win by like 18 points like the last 2 years or something crazy like that. But I still think Inter has the upper hand still.
Well, listen, I had Inter favorite, Napoli second, Juventus third, but there is a slight change right now that I'm seeing that is raising some red flags, and it's Juventus. Juventus so far has played 5 games, has not lost any. They've tied 2, I believe, but they haven't conceded any goals, and they played against Napoli and they played against Roma. And we know that in Italy, the team that doesn't concede goals is the team that usually wins. But it's still early to really decide who is going to be that team. But right now, 5 games, no goals conceded. They already played 2 big teams. It's not bad for them, even though they're not first. I think Torino is first right now. You guys see Juventus possibly taking this?
There is a chance, yeah. It looks like a solid team. The coach knows what he's doing. I agree with Nathan. This is going to be for the neutrals, the one that see the Serie A without, supporting any team. Probably will be a lot of fun because it will be a race of 3 or 4 teams at one point of the season. So it's going to be really interesting. And Juventus can be there until almost the end. The only thing that I'm concerned about Juventus is that is a young team and maybe on difficult moment can get lost. And Motta is a young coach, so there is a chance that he will have a successful season, but that means not winning the league. That's my opinion. He can still do well, but not win the league. I think Conte has a lot of experience, and it looks like Napoli is back on track, winning games, scoring goals. So I don't see them stopping quite often.
Nathan, what about you, about Juve? Do you see them possibly taking it?
No, I don't. Maybe next year it could be a different story. But them fighting for second with Napoli definitely seems more probable.
All right. And guys, what about Milan? Do we have a chance of winning the Scudetto this year or what?
We've already won it. We beat Inter.
Yeah, I don't think we have a chance, to be honest.
No. So listen, let's put it at 1 to 10, or percentages. What are you, according to you right now, based on the things that you've seen, your objective opinion?
So to make it simple, let's I divide that percentage to 4 teams: Juventus, Inter, Milan, and Napoli. I think Milan has a 10% to win the league, and the other ones have 30%. Let's say Napoli 40, Inter 30. Sorry, Napoli 35, Inter 30%, Juventus 25%, Milan 10%.
Okay.
If you want to give percentage.
Got you. Yeah. What about you, Nathan?
Can you repeat the question?
What percentages do you give Milan for winning the Scudetto?
I'd probably say about 5%.
Damn.
Yeah, because Inter, I'm giving them about 85%. I'm giving Napoli or Juventus, either one of them. I'm giving them probably around like 8% or so, and then we'll be after
That's
that.
a high percent for Inter, man. That means like Napoli and Juventus don't exist at all. Like you just cancel them from the percentage.
No, it's just that because they have new coaches and they still got to be more established, whereas Inter, they have the more consistency. So next year, I think it will be a completely different story. They'll be even more balanced, but I just don't see it. This is Inter's league to lose for sure.
My concern with Milan is the same. Like those last months, that's when you really see the strength of not just the team but the whole environment, and I just don't see.
But
I'll
say this as well too. If Gabbia continues to start, then it'll be close. But if the next game and the next game after that, Fonseca decides to do Fonseca things and go back with Pavlovic and Tomori, then our chances decrease for sure.
So you say that our chances are better with Gabbia on the pitch?
With Gabbia on the pitch, our chances go up a lot higher. But I have to see that from Fonseca in order to increase our percentage.
Well, Lart, you say that if we go to the 3, things are better. If we go 3 at the back, let's say already tomorrow, do you still think we have the same percentile?
Oh yeah, if we go 3 at the back tomorrow, we are basically 3 points from first place now, something like that.
I took a picture. I put it in the group chat, but I can't.
I think Torino has 11 points, so that means, and we have 8. So, am I wrong? Let me check it again just to see it. Yeah, Torino is 11 points, and we are 8 points. So it's nothing. It literally is 1 game difference. So with points, we have a chance as everyone else. If you talk about football, if we got 3 at the back and we have a coach that is an expert 3 at the back, we can win it. Yeah, we can challenge until the last game of the season.
And we already conceded 7 goals. Holy shit.
Yeah, with 3 at the back, you can go 10 games without conceding a goal, in my opinion, knowing Milan. Knowing our defenders. I mean, Gabbia, Pavlovic, and Tomori is a 3 at the back that every team will dream, in my opinion.
Gabbia coming to the rescue. That's great.
And imagine having at the left, Pavlovic, in the middle, Gabbia on the right, Tomori. And Emerson Royal, right wing.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's a perfect puzzle.
It's just you don't find spaces there. You don't score goals.
That Pavlovic, Gabbia, Tomori, like they have no clue that they have that. They didn't do that on purpose, but they landed on a perfect puzzle right there that fits perfectly together with Pavlovic on the left, Gabbia center, and Tomori center right. You have a perfect 3 at the back.
Conte will win the league with this 3 at the back. We'll win the league, Conte. We'll get Lukaku on loan and we go on a fucking counter and win every game. That's
I
it.
will buy a Lukaku shirt if he goes to Milan. I will buy a Lukaku shirt.
That's it. That's how our destiny was there. This summer, you tell Conte, you're gonna play. I'll give you 10 million. You're gonna play 3 at the back. I'll buy the defenders that you need, and I'll give you Lukaku as well. Just come here and play 3 at the back. And with this team, Conte will win the league. Easy. Play 3 at Hernandez on the left. That's what Conte likes a guy that runs up and down on the left.
Yeah, and Theo Hernandez's right wing back is really much better. I don't understand. Like, it's obviously his best position.
Will be a great thing to see, but with Fonseca, I don't see that happening because he likes the 4 at the back and he's doing 4-2-4. So looks like he's gonna go for that now. But let's see. Maybe hopefully I'm wrong, man. I hope I'm wrong and we see Milan again challenging for the title.
Who do we play next?
Lecce.
Who?
Lecce.
This is the time to try a 3-man defense. Like, if you're gonna try it, now is the time to do it.
So we have
I agree with you.
We have Lecce, then we have Leverkusen. So our next run of games is Lecce, Leverkusen away. Sorry, Lecce home, Leverkusen away, Fiorentina away, then Udinese home.
You will smash small teams with 3 at the back because they will not know what to do against you because you have so many defenders. So they will never find the space and you will just go on a counter. It will be so easy. I honestly, how the fuck no one in Milanello sees that? I don't understand. It's so obvious to me. Maybe probably will never see that this season.
They want that offensive football. Attack, attack, attack. All right, guys, listen, let's I gotta go soon, so let's unless you guys want to stay, you can stay.
No, let's close it, man.
But any last things that you guys want to mention or chat? Any last things you guys in chat want us to talk about?
Spalletti better call up Gabbia.
Oh yeah, and Spalletti.
This hatred towards Milan's Italians has got to stop.
I don't understand. I mean, Spalletti plays 3 at the back, so definitely he's gonna call Gabbia. Gabbia is better than Gatti. I always say that. Gabbia is much better than Gatti. He's much younger than Gatti. He has more experience in Serie A. So don't get it. I see Gabbia on the right, Bastoni in the middle, and Calafiori on the left. That is a perfect 3 at the back, no? That's really good.
Yeah, I like it.
Who did they play last game in the back? Who did they play? Let me see.
I think they played. Gatti. I don't know.
Against France, what was? They played Di Lorenzo. They played Di Lorenzo, Bastoni, and Calafiori. I think. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
And you put Gabbia instead of Di Lorenzo. You put Di Lorenzo a bit more forward on the right. That's it.
I think Di Lorenzo as a right wing back is less problematic defensively. I don't understand why he doesn't do that. Anyway, that's another topic, other discussions. So, guys, anything else you guys want to add? Fadinho says, Laird, what do you think of the 3-4-3?
After seeing the performance of Tami and Morata, I would like to see more of a 3-5-2. Or a 3-4-3 with 2 strikers and Leao free to go on whatever wings he likes to play.
So listen, in a 3-5-2, I mean, if you want Abraham and Morata, you have to sacrifice even maybe both Pulisic and Leao. Are you going to put Pulisic as a right wing back?
Some games, but he's not going to do it properly. So It's hard because that's the if you pick a coach that wants to play three at the back, you admit defeat as a sporting director, and they will never do that. They will never admit they were wrong because a lot of people they pick they both will be in the bench with that formation, and unfortunately they're not going to do that. But you know, a 3-4-3 is good as well. If you play 3-4-3 with Pulisic, Leao, and one striker, that can be effective as well. I'm not against that, but you need to play it right and be quick transition, not possession. Don't base your game on possession. Base your game on quick transition because Pulisic and Leao have pace, and they perform better when there is space in front of them.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I'm really curious to know if he's going to continue doing this 4-2-4 against Lecce as well. I guess, okay, let's finish on that. Let's finish on Lecce. Do you guys think he's going to do the 4-2-4 with two strikers, or do you think he's going to go back with a one striker and have the midfielder?
Two strikers. I think he will go with two strikers,
Yeah,
4-2-4.
I think he stays as well.
But my concern is, like, all I need to do is watch this game and just see where the weak points
Spaces
are.
are, yeah.
It's easy.
It's easy, but on the other side, it can be complicated because Tammy and Morata, they work hard. That's the good thing. They work hard, so they will give problem to the defenders. And until they work hard, the teams will struggle to break those lines. You know what I mean? Because they will be good at running around. So, but yeah, with a bit of quality, they can find a solution. Or a day that Tommy and Morata are not 100%, they're not pressing in the way they usually do, or they're a bit tired or complacent, you can punish us. So there is, as you say, there is some weaknesses there. But if they're in a good place, they run a lot, they sacrifice a lot, so it's still good. Leao should not play like this. He should play much better. Hopefully, he will do better against Lecce. I guess the next three games will tell us the level of this formation, how good it is this formation, and if it's solid enough to go through the whole season like this. And when I say the next games will tell us, it's not about results. I want to see the opposition, how many chances they will create, and how many times they're going to put us in a difficult place.
Yeah.
If that happens often, that means that is a red flag.
Should Rock boycott every game?
Is Rock boycotting every game?
Well, he boycotted today, so it helped us out.
He is such a pussy, man. He was scared that we will win. We'll lose 5-0. I told him, man, that we're not going to lose that bad or we're going to have a good result because Inter is not going to win 12 derbies in a row, man. It's never happened. What do you think Italy is, man? It's
Red
not.
John... Sorry, go ahead.
No, the worst Man United managed to beat Man City or beat Liverpool. There were super teams, impossible to beat. So it's not going to be like Milan is going to be that bad.
As today, Red John was celebrating, you know, like it was like Albania won the World Cup. He said that this was the greatest derby performance Milan had.
What?
Do you guys agree? No, I mean in the past 4 or 5 years. Do you guys agree with that?
So it was a great performance. The greatest one will always be the one we won 2-1 and we went to win the league. That was the greatest one for me because it was a difficult game against a good Inter that played really well in the first 30 minutes and we still were like in the game. We were losing 1-0, I guess. So it was still a strong game. I think that was the best performance because it was a serious game. This one didn't felt like a serious game, at least for them, and it was so annoying to see it. Clearly, they didn't give a shit. I don't know. It felt weird. If they came in this game like, that's fine if we lose. We beat them so many times in the last 3 years.
Yeah, it didn't feel like the usual Inter, right? It felt like
Honestly,
just a
man, they
step
were not
more-
even aggressive or upset. You see Barella. Barella didn't care, man. Barella is such a mean person. I hate him during the derbies. I didn't notice him at all. He was not even picking on our players, getting those fouls. I didn't even hate Çalhanoğlu. It was weird because we lost so many times. That's what happened to a derby when you lose so many times. The other team doesn't really take it seriously
They get
anymore.
complacent.
They get complacent
Yeah.
because the supporter loves them. Even if they lose it, it's fine. It can happen. It's so weird. But
All right, Nathan. Any things you want to finish off with?
Nah, it was a good derby win. Like we actually won in a good way, so let's just keep going, I guess, or see how long they can keep it going.
No crazy arguments today, huh?
Well, Z is on some wild nonsense, but it's okay.
about what? About Leao?
Yeah, about Leao.
Yeah, I think people should.
And it's not just me that's saying this, but the commentary team. You have guys like Capello saying the same thing. So I mean, I guess Capello and Rossini and Ancelotti. I guess all these legendary guys are all they're all wrong.
I think
'Cause
people
they said the
should
same thing I do.
realize that even though he's your favorite player, when they play really bad, you just need to say he played bad. That's it. It's sometimes just that simple. I know when your best player is the one that you really like, your how you said your franchise player plays shit. You don't want to say that, but it has to be said at the end of the day. End of the story, it has to be said. Leao played really bad today, and most of the time Leao was our best player during derbies. I remember the derby we won 2-1 with Ibrahimovic scoring the header. Leao was playing so well that game, and he was what 19, 20 years old. He's always done a great performance during derbies. Today he was unwatchable. Every time the ball was going close to him, I was turning my head. I didn't want to see what stupid thing he will do.
And see, my problem is that he just doesn't. He doesn't do anything off the ball. Like even if you don't want him to run back all the way back on defense, I get it. But when we are pressing them in their final third, and he doesn't do that, like, bro, that's like the basic. That's like the basic thing you're supposed to do.
Yeah, pretend actually you're doing it at least.
Yeah, like
At least pretend.
Right, like even if you don't come back to help out Teo in our 18-yard box, when you are in their half of the field, you need to at least press. So if you're not doing that, like, bro, like you're hurting the team. Like,
Yeah, you need when the ball is 2, 3, 4 meters away from you, you need to press like a demon. The moment the ball goes far away, it's fine. No one is asking you to run 60 meters back. But the moment the ball is in your area, you need to be aggressive. You need to show that you care. And that will pay off because defenders get scared. You know, you're fast, you're big. The moment you put pressure on them, first, second time, third time, they will lose the ball. They will make a mistake. They will do a wrong pass, and we will get the ball. Is more you do it, and you get results longer. But he doesn't do that. I agree with you. He has to do the bare minimum, which is the ball is around you, you press, you go aggressive.
And if we played a 4-3-3, I wouldn't expect him to play, super defensive because, like he brought up Salah and Vinicius Jr. Wingers in a 4-3-3 do not play the same way as wingers should in a 4-4-2 or 4-2-4, however the heck you want to say it. Like, it's not the same thing.
There was a moment which was really weird. Theo Hernandez, so a cross comes from the left. I think DiMarco crosses the ball on our box. Theo Hernandez controls the balls perfectly, and he starts with an insane counter, running with the ball until in the middle of the pitch. And he passes to Leao, and Leao completely slows down.
Yeah, I remember. And not only that, but But then
What happened there? Why did that?
I, I have no clue. And then I look back to the play where he had the one-on-one chance with the goalkeeper, and I understand that you want to get yourself in form, but this is a derby, and in a derby, the most important thing is to win.
Yeah,
Pulisic was wide open, waiting for a tap in. Pulisic is one-on-one with an open goal,
yeah,
and
I
Leao
saw
tries
that.
to
Yeah.
take a shot, and it's just things like that. It's like you can't be considered a superstar of any team if your IQ and mentality is so low. Like, bro, we could have. Yes, Okafor missed a trillion chances when he came on, but at the time we could have increased our lead to to much easier, essentially, because that was a 100% goal chance.
Oh no, that
And
was and the result was 1-1 at that point, so he was needed a
exactly,
goal.
exactly, we need the goal at 1-1, and instead of just getting a simple tap in goal, he decided to shoot it, knowing he's not the best shooter on the team, anyways. So it's just whenever I watch him, I just get so upset because he's so good, but
He is really good.
he's
He
just
has such
so
an insane physical. The physical ability he has is he's an outlier physically, technically, and just sometimes he doesn't care, or at least looks like he doesn't care. Or as you say, his football IQ doesn't bring it to the next level.
His
He's just stopped
weaknesses,
to this level.
in my opinion, his weaknesses, he has a low football IQ and he does not have the mentality of an athlete. He has a mentality of a superstar, a rock
Probably is that.
star.
I think that is the biggest problem. I don't think it's football IQ. I think the fact that in his mind, he's still not. He does not have that killer instinct. He does not understand that his career is gonna be done in 6 years.
and that's why I
Literally.
pointed out the difference with him and Pulisic. Like Pulisic, they Leao and Pulisic played in the same formation today. They both were wingers today, and yet Pulisic was breaking his back, helping out the defense, running
His
back,
career
pressing,
is
and Leao just doesn't do it.
Hey guys,
his
listen.
career will be
Sorry.
done in 6 years.
I want to read this. Red John. Red John is said he only comes on the lives when we lose. That way, I can focus on things that matter. Crying about Maldini. He's so salty, dude. He's so salty, man. Can't believe it.
Anyway, going back to Leao, he has 6 years in front of him. After that, he can be a rapper. He can be a influencers.
Exactly.
He
Like
can be anything he wants. Anything he wants after those 6 years. But now, the next 6 years of his career, he will be at his peak physically, mentally. You know what I mean?
is his rap career even like doing anything
It doesn't
to
matter. He
the
likes to do it, which I agree. Just enjoy it after your career of football.
Yeah.
Just be a rapper after your football play. Just be a personality, an internet personality. Just be whatever you want to be, honestly, man. But you have 6 years in front of you. There are those 6 years you decide to win a Euro, a Ballon d'Or, another league, a Champions League, to sign a big contract for Barcelona or for Man United. I'm not
and
even
that's
talking about Milan anymore. I'm talking about
and
like
that's
I'm
the
his
crazy
brother.
thing too. That's the crazy thing too. You dare put Leao's name in the same sentence as Vinicius and Salah? Bruh, those guys
He's
can
not here,
walk
bro. You
around.
can't.
But I was just letting
He
him
can't.
have
He
his.
can't
Hey,
defend himself.
hey,
He's
that's
not
not
here.
my fault. That's not my fault. You cannot put them in the same breath. Those guys were the main men in helping win Champions Leagues and are consistent the entire year, not for 3 months, not for 2 months at a time, but from start to finish, those guys are consistent.
And
Leao
I
has
want to
not
add
earned the right
something.
to do what he wants to do. He
I
hasn't
want to
earned
add
that right.
something. These guys, even on a bad game, you see at least the effort.
Right, exactly.
They put the effort. You can say, okay, they had a shit game, but at least he ran, he pressed there, he gave everything. Just didn't hit the the target, they didn't pass the ball, whatever. Technically, we can argue that, but at least there is effort. Even Hernandez is having a shit game. At least I see effort from him. I see that he tries. He gives everything. There is players that, honest, at least you see effort. If you see Leao giving everything every game, with the talent he has, without even trying, he's gonna win trophies. Yeah. Just put effort.
Okay, guys, listen. Let's close it right here. Unless you guys want to continue. You guys want
No, we need to sleep, man. We need to sleep.
Yeah, we can close it.
But
Let's
listen,
close it.
it's a good day when there's no need to bring this guy up, right? Like, there was no need to bring him up. So that means that things were not bad today. Let's
And by
hope
the way, Roy, everyone, or I've gone to a few websites and even on Facebook, everyone is cooking Leao right now. So it's not just me. It's not just, and the people here. Everyone is cooking him right now. Like, he has to step up.
Yeah. The people are cooking. I hope they are not too harsh on him, because at the end of the day, it's you need to criticize the guy, not too hard though, because that can be counterproductive, and he's still a young lad, and it's just, honestly, man, sometimes it's really hard to defend him. And I've been defending him. I like him as a player. I want him to play for Milan.
Hey, real fast. Prediction next game?
I think we're winning 3-1.
Yeah, 2 or 3-1, 2-3-1 as well.
I see us going on a winning streak right now, because we are due to have winning streaks. This is a good period to go into a winning streak. We do have some teams that are tough customers. Watch out for Fiorentina. Fiorentina is a very interesting team. They're starting to come together. Today they looked pretty good. And then there's Udinese also, which is always, for some reason, even when we had fucking Cruyff and Kaká and all those guys, we still couldn't beat these guys for some reason. And Abdi says, "What's wrong with you guys? So negative. I can't hack it, man." Abdi has been following football for less than 5 years. He told us. So look, you're still young. You're still very. You get excited, but unfortunately for us veterans here, we've seen it all, and it's not enough. It's not enough.
He's a banter fan, so he doesn't understand.
Oh, he's not meaning us. Oh, he meant Rajon. Okay, never mind.
Oh,
but listen. Abdi, I like Abdi. I really like Abdi. I wish he was here, because I like Abdi's very positive, and that's good. I'm glad for him. I need a little bit more. But yeah, Red John, man. Red John is something else, dude. Dude, he was celebrating so hard today. Oh my God. If Chukwueze would have scored today, guys,
you would have to go into hiding if that would have happened.
God.
Rest, John. Oh man, Red John. Anyway,
all right,
yeah,
guys,
we're winning against Lecce. I don't think we're winning against the Germans. Fiorentina is gonna be, I don't know. I'll tell you after the Germans.
Yeah, I am expecting a win against Lecce too. Hopefully, I don't know, whatever. But at the same time, I kind of want Fonseca to get the fuck out of a team.
Oh,
I think he's going to get fired regardless. I think he's getting fired regardless. I just don't see how.
I'm not saying that, Abdi. I'm not saying you haven't learned a lot. I'm just saying, like,
it's the expectations are different. You're more excited because you're getting in this environment. When I started watching football at the beginning, I was excited every fucking time, man. A lose or a win, it was like it's about expectation. You get a bit less excited when you get old.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm not saying anything negative about you. I'm just saying, like, maybe you're getting carried away a little bit. Maybe it's because, you haven't been watching for that long that you're getting carried away. But, hey, maybe you're right. We'll see. Time will tell. All right, guys. Anyway, Derby della Madonnina goes to AC Milan. Lecce next, then Champions League. Everybody, make sure you click that like button and subscribe if you have not. And remember, you can yo, Abdi and Red John going at it. Damn.
Are they fighting with each other? I don't get it. Oh man, Red John, just leave her, man.
Dude, Red John is a mess, bro.
Such a troll, man.
What a mess. What a mess. All right.
Why they're fighting? Is there history between them, or is it's just now?
They need to join the live and fight.
I was
No,
expecting
please.
Red John to come into the live and say and talk shit. I'm kind of disappointed he didn't.
John, man, John is John. Today, Rangers had an actual good game. You should have just show up and tell me how good Rangers is, man. Instead of hiding. You fucking tell me how good Rangers is when he does shit, and now that he's doing well, you just don't appear.
I think he's scared. He's scared to not celebrate.
He doesn't want to jinx it. He's like, let's say nothing, and the guy's gonna play well the entire season.
That's because he has to save his energy for Chukwueze. That's why.
Oh boy, I need to send him a screenshot that I told him. I have screenshots of Red John and Flocky having a boner, thinking the Chukwueze will kill him in Serie A, man.
No.
It's so funny. No, don't send in the link. Let's go to sleep. I'm going to
it's
sleep.
too late.
Guys.
It's too late.
I'm
guys.
sorry,
Come on.
Red John.
I gotta go.
Nothing personal. I honestly need to sleep, man. I'm gonna give you a chance next time.
Yeah, join us next time. Remind us
join us
next
next
time. All right,
Sorry,
guys. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Thank you. Forza Milan. Let's go on to the next game. Fuck Cardinale. Fuck Redbird. Fuck Moncada. Fuck. Don't fuck them. Fuck those guys. Furlani. Fuck Ibra.
And Forza merger. Don't forget
No
that.
Forza merger.
Forza merger.
Forza Milan.
All right. Later. Bye.
Ciao.